3 or 4, maybe. You know how slowly time would pass if D&D days were real days? You would go to travel somewhere that's 6 hours away, and you'd just be there. And then somebody would come up to you and be like, hey, you want to fight? And then 20 hours later, you would be done with your encounter with them. Yeah. This is the 10th session. So that's every third session you've rested. And on the third day, you guys played the same hour for the first 2 sessions. Yeah. So, welcome to Roll It Slant presents On the Rise. Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition role-playing game live play campaign featuring Roll20.net as our virtual tabletop solution. Thank you to them for having us as part of their Spotlight program. It's a blast. If you don't already use Roll20.net, what you doing? Go use them. Do it. And in advance, I would like to thank the lovely, marvelous, very good friend of mine, at least in terms of musicalness, Kevin MacLeod. Wherever you are, I hope you're having the best night of your life. And we adore your music. Thank you for making it available. And we'll let you know what we play during the show, so you too can simulate inaction at home musically, the way that we do here. Cool. So, what else? What else is there, guys? Follow us. Not in person. Please. Cool. All right. So, let me turn on some Magic Forest by Kevin MacLeod. Here to get a little mood music. I know it's been an extra week, but I'm glad things have settled a bit. We're back. How the hell is everybody? That's great. We'll move right on into our... oh, did you guys actually want to answer tonight? Good. We'll go straight on in to our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition tabletop role-playing game campaign live play episode streamed on twitch.tv at twitch.tv/rollitslant. We might want to shorten that up. So, last time on Roll It Slant presents On the Rise, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition role-playing game campaign, live streamed on twitch.tv, available on the World Wide Web. We did some things. What did we do? We explored a subterranean, subaquanian, an underwater ruin beneath the city of Vesular, in which the party encountered a bizarre, larger-than-life creature seeming to hail from a different plane of existence, one practically beyond the party's comprehension. You can interpret that however you'd like, whether it was really a complicated plane or the party, but at any rate, the name Agaraga, this creature warned of a race of conquerors and patient manipulators who are planar parasites and feed on different worlds, named the Vashem Veru, and gave some information about them. Him and his kinfold were the last of their kind left and set out across the multiverse to try to discover ways to lock down these Vashem Veru parasites and perhaps prevent eradication of other worlds, but Agariga was trapped and locked in place by a device known to us as the Oculus, a large lens of magical nature that whatever it looks upon, it can lock and bind to whatever plane of existence it is on. And our favorite phrase from last session, in totality. Meaning the totality of existence is bonded there. What does that mean existentially? We're not really quite sure, but we're happy to discuss it for the next 4 hours. So, the party did level up last session. Congratulations. I hope everybody has gone through and done that, and it's not just giving shifty eyes as a lack of leveling. And I'll continue to vamp until I can see the reflection of D&D Beyond going. Actually, I don't know if the D&D Beyond extension is correctly displaying. It is. Look at that. Look at us go. Production value. So, the party managed to collect this lens, and upon returning to Vesular in the sewers, they were set upon by the small fiend Oxip, who is a caretaker of the somewhat touched person named Dima, who is, well, I would say hell-bent, but it's probably more like abyss-bent on bringing her daughter back into the real world. A really heartwarming story, no bones about it, of how best to reunite a family that has been separated through the bonds of the demon Lord of Illusion. For that. They had potentially offered to use this Oculus in order to help bring the daughter back and lock the daughter into the world of the material plane, reuniting Dima with her daughter once again. But alas, this was never their intention, and a woefully betrayed Oxip, small, lovable fiend, was set upon by Cadia, tackled to the ground, and then beaten to death by the party. But not before it peered into Cadia's mind, learning the location of her most sacred thing, the source of her allowance. I mean, her grandparents' location, before it puffed into existence, calling out for any possible allies, but those calls would fall only silently echoing through the sewers. As then, party, satisfied in its ruthless beating of this small creature, headed back out and helped out the refugees who've been stranded in the sewer, granting some of them the ability to return in totality to the material planes. The party now, armed with the Oculus, is in the sewers, having restored 2 so far of the refugees. What would you like to do? Time is probably mid-afternoon-ish, although you are still underground. And scene. We are apparently having audio issues. They literally missed everything.
Oh, no.
Say
Kind of
stuff?
funny.
Words,
stuff.
words.
Stuff.
I think that's working now. Chat, please confirm that you can hear. Now we can hear.
Yay.
So, I would like you guys to, in verbatim, repeat everything you just said. And scene.
Okay, so like, I would like to really go to my grandparents now. I don't know what you all want to do, but I'd really like to do that.
Do you have plan?
Yeah, you know, we have a summer house, and I was gonna go and tell them, you know, to get on out, because I've done messed up.
Perhaps you have learned lesson on, you know,
No,
tackling bad
I
things
don't
without...
regret my decision.
But, so here's the thing. I understand what it's like to be kind of impulsive and just kind of throw caution to the wind and do things. But you've got more than just you to think about right now. And I think maybe just give a little pause, perhaps, before charging in, because that was a lot more of a mess with that with Ossip and Demons of Illusion and things like that than I think we are prepared to handle right now.
Well, I know it was impulsive, and I'm sorry. I had this like overwhelming urge to charge, and I thought yelling it out would help, but it really didn't. And I thought that's what we had planned all along. I don't know. In my head, I was thinking, oh yeah, we're not gonna let these weirdos get this device, because
It
a
is
girl made of bone cannot come into the material plane. Like, it's not a good idea.
we are all made of bone.
But she's only bone.
It
She
is-
don't have any flesh.
It is definitely planned that, you know, we do not let them take artifact. But perhaps in future, we, you know, our plan of combat is not to have you charge into battle head first and grab opponent, you know? What if Oxip was not a small little man with one eye and, you know, witty, you know, demeanor? What if he was 94-foot tall Minotaur with 85-foot tall battle axe, you know? Would you charge and tackle him then?
I mean, I don't think
And
we'll ever see one of those.
Well, you never know. But the thing to note is that sometimes 4-foot tall little bunny rabbit with large floppy ears and smiley face can be 94-foot minotaur on the inside, you know? So if you go in and charge and tackle things, then you put yourself in danger, and I have to save you by pummeling things to death with large metal hammer.
I really just wanted to knock him out, but instead he died. But anyway, I mean, look, guys, we can't do this fiend thing. This fiend thing is bad.
What
Fiend
do you mean?
bad.
We're all agreed on that.
Okay, good.
I agree, we should not have been doing fiend thing, but then you started the fiend thing.
Yeah, we
No,
are
no,
doing
no.
much more fiend thing now than I think we ever intended to.
No, we can't let them succeed. They have to fail.
Okay.
Okay.
Fiend's bad.
Okay.
Fiends are bad.
Well, we've never talked about fiends before. What's going on?
They are pretty bad.
I mean,
Fiends
yeah,
are very
I mean, I
bad.
get it. Like, I don't need to be convinced, but like, you're fixating on this pretty hard.
I have a very traumatic past. You wouldn't think so from my demeanor and the way that I'm so bright and stuff all the time.
Did it happen on your 12th birthday?
I mean, maybe.
Wow,
Oh,
how
no.
did you know that?
Did it happen on your 12th birthday?
Yeah, but how would you know that?
I don't know. You just seem
It's
to
just
like
a feeling I
Weird
keep
deja
feeling.
vu feeling.
like
All right.
it's like a nice even dozen, I guess.
Well, if you'd really like to know, I can tell you my story, but you're gonna have to sit down, and you can't say anything, and you're going to have to listen. And yes, it is going to involve theatrics, but that is the way that I tell my story.
I'm just like making eye contact with Gruthko from the other side of the circle.
Wait, are you here? Danger? Is that you? You need us?
Yeah, I like I sit down and get way more comfortable. Like just like
There is a fire somewhere down here, right?
Yes.
I can
We're
make
the
one.
sewer.
I drew
Well-
craft a little campfire.
Some of the
Methane
refugees just
explosion.
come and sit over, sensing that there's just gonna be a story.
Okay. This is not a story to take lightly. It is very serious to me, and I just... Fiends are bad. So,
I sit down next to Gruthko, and then I just kind of like heel over so I can like put my head on her leg.
Oh, it
Via's
sinks
just
down a long way.
sit down, cross-leg. Just gonna take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And she is going to minor illusion. These little things you hear in the story, you're all gonna see a little illusion of it. Okay? So,
Multimedia.
what media?
Multimedia.
Oh, yes.
All of the medias.
All right. A young sun elf sitting by the fire, watching her mother and father dance to her lute. Out streams a tune to match the cackling fire as the summer bugs call to one another. The owl hoos from the big oak tree. A wolf howls in the distance. A snake rattles his tail as it slithers underground. Laughter fills the air as they twirl around the fire, as embers float above to the shining stars above. The moon as full as it can be. Then silence. But the young elf still plays her lute. The starry night sky all black, the moon shrouded by clouds. The fire reduced to heavy smoke. The twirling spectral of her parents fade as the laughter turns to screams. Big yellow eyes, not from an owl or a wolf, but of a monstrous being, glows in the smoke of the fire, staring out at the girl as she plays her tune. This is my nightmare. The thing that comes to me when I close my eyes. The thing that I wish I could forget. The thing that scares me the most. See, my parents, they can no longer dance to my tunes. Their lives were cut short from a mission given to them from the Empire, from the newly formed Force Academy, such as you and Rhea, Gruthko. They were so young, and so was I. The only thing that was found from their bodies was one left hand from each of them, their ring still on their finger, and in the palms was a carving of an eye. The only thing that I have of my parents is this image. I don't know. I never really pressed on it, but they are followers of some god of evil secrets, Vecna. I can't. Fiends are horrible. They're terrible. They will take whatever they want to get what they want, and we can't let them have what they want.
As you say the word Vecna, the fire goes out.
No more illusion. I don't
Liliana's
play with
just
fiends.
sobbing.
I think nobody play with fiends, They are bad shit. On the level of, good shit to bad shit, they are pretty far down bad shit. But, just because things are bad does not mean you must rush into them all crazy nilly.
I just saw him, and then my nightmare come to life before me, and I just charged.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, but what's done is done, and I can't.
Well, that is true. I just say for future, perhaps you say, hey, Gritko, I really do not like that thing. Perhaps you charge? You inspire me with song. You could be like, ting tong ting, Gritko to charge. That is how song work, right?
Hold on, ting tong ting.
Yes, it is like instruments, ting tong ting.
I will write that down in my notebook. This is what inspires Ruthcall.
Ting tong ting.
But Gruthkul does have a good point. Gruthkul and I are here to hit things.
True, it is my specialty.
And it is, I am sympathetic. I have my own history with fiendish elements, but that's all the more reason not to charge into them. They're very, very dangerous. It's a good way to get dead.
Well, thank you for being there, and I'm sorry again. We can't let those things run the city.
No, and we don't mean to scold you.
I mean to scold you.
I just like backhand Gruthkul. We're just concerned since it's a lot easier to hit you than it is to hit Gruthkul or me. That's all. So just let the fiends hit us instead. That's all.
So, I think the point though is that you're not alone in this. And so we have more resources together. Like, we're like an ensemble, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's I can go with that. These are terms that I resonate with. You know how to play me. Like a lute or a flute.
Not a good thing.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not good with flutes. I'm really good with the lute, but I'm not so good with the flute. Just so you know.
Let us go do things now, Where do we go?
So, here's the thing, and I kind of pulled the lens over. Where does this go? Doran, where do you want to keep it? I can't carry it all the time.
Why not?
Because I'm not that strong, and my arms really hurt.
I see.
And it's also kind of conspicuous carrying this around. Seeing
Maybe Grothcole can help me then.
Griscoll's still kind of conspicuous, though. Very large lens through the city.
Yeah, but no one would question Grothcole.
Hey, I have an idea. What if Danger has some sort of object that can shrink things and make things bigger?
So you want to use some sort of magnifying on the glass, I think.
I don't know. Or maybe she's got some sort of huge bag or something.
Am I wrong in thinking this is weird to carry around?
It's very
Oh,
weird to
it's
carry around.
weird.
I mean, what if somebody takes it and thinks, oh, this is worth 400 gold pieces and steals it from us?
Oh, then we should definitely drop it off at the university, where we know it will be taken care of in the proper manner, with the proper respect and not maybe emotionally, but rather intelligently.
Would they let you access it again, though?
Oh yes, I would have access, of course.
So you totally have access to all the big, dangerous artifacts?
Well, all the ones that I've donated to the collection, absolutely. Which
You have a lot-
includes 0 right now, but I will
Oh.
be changing that number shortly.
To one?
Well,
Yeah.
to start with, yes, that's a good starting spot. Yeah.
Okay. The math adds up. I think it's a good idea.
No, if there's anybody I would trust with the possession of this while we deliberate on what to do next, it would be the university. I'm not sure a different facility would be any more qualified or capable. I just don't know. Yes. Did you want some more critique? I also noticed that during your story you had 6 run-on sentences, various grammatical errors. What are you asking?
I actually was asking a DM thing, so I don't know what to say to you. But about the grammar. Wait, I have speaking grammar errors?
That was an excellent example of yes.
Okay.
What is
well,
your
anyway.
question?
When the people were being popped back into reality via Oculus? What was Danger didn't want to, like, she was like, hey, you know me? Or
She had no interest in her becoming the person who would be trapped on this plane, no.
Okay.
But you did notice that she had concerted interest in her wares being her collection of items.
But okay, is she around when we're having this conversation, or is she in her room? Like,
I mean, she's generally around. She might still be in earshot. You're not. I mean, anywhere in that little camp is sort of still relatively close.
can I look around for her to gauge her reaction to taking the Oculus to the wizard place?
She's not in sight right now.
Okay. That was my question.
You can only roll insight, not out of sight.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. So what would you all like to do?
Well, I would still like to go to my grandparents. They, like, really have to be told to leave.
I don't disagree. Where are they?
They're just in the city.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Along the way, in a different direction?
I
They're
don't
in
know.
the northeastern sort of corner of the city. It's kind of, are you on that map? Up in this sort of area, so not directly on the way, but you're not necessarily going to Bremeraldi doesn't make you necessarily go farther from them, but they're probably 15-20 minute walk from Bremeraldi, further to the east.
It's in the general direction, so that's good. Also, I think we should bring up the fact that I believe your little rugby ball, Oxip, screamed out some names of note.
Yeah, the guy, the agent guy.
What? Did he? Huh?
Yeah,
I don't
we
remember
do.
hearing that.
We knew he was fiendish, so
but he specifically yelled out his name when he was asking for help. It was Dima Balthazar. I don't remember.
Oh
his
my
name.
gosh. That did not register. I told you, didn't I not tell you not to sign with that guy? He was a great. What was he doing all the way in the bad part of town if he was a real agent? But wait a second. Isn't he Bree's agent?
Whom?
Oh gosh, wait a minute.
You know, the biggest star ever right now. We went and saw her in the square the other night.
I didn't see her.
Yes, you were there. You were there.
We
None
listened.
of you saw her technically.
Oh, okay, sorry. Saw, heard, same difference. You remember, right?
I do. I just don't remember the connection of being her agent.
Hey, did she
Did it?
announce that during when she put a spell on you, or after?
No.
I missed it. I'm
But
sorry.
it's not something you blurt out in a concert. I think
I do believe that
This is my agent.
I do believe that agent person did mention something
yes.
about the singer person.
Yeah.
I cannot remember because the singer to me was quite forgettable. But you know, if the fiend shut out his name, we should probably pay a visit. You know, we cannot have people
Yeah.
just willy-nilly doing things with fiends in city. But
It's
that does
kinda-
not mean, Kadia, that you tackle him, because this is not somebody that I can just club to death. You know.
well, he's not like he's not a creature. He's still a humanoid. You know, you got to take those people a little bit more seriously. Like I know the difference between a one-eyed monster and a tiefling.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, do you draw the line at the number of eyes, or do you draw the line at...
Stature, does it have to be tall?
So
Well, not all tieflings are bad, see, but you gotta like vibe it. Like Danger, I don't think she's bad. I mean, like she doesn't even have interest in being like a real like interactive material.
Could you
Stick to the shack.
could you expand on what exactly it means to vibe it?
Why are you asking
Sense,
her to expand
you
on
know?
anything?
yeah, like you basically like you just like get a sense for like the energy someone puts off.
Like all
Right.
things have an energy, and you just kind
Yeah.
of have to feel them.
Like there's
And the
times where
venom-
like
Vibing it.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I could pry deeper into this conversation, or I could start walking in directions. Critical starts walking in the direction of the agent's place.
Why are we going to the
Wait,
agent's
Crystal,
place?
you're gonna walk into a wall.
I don't want to go.
Well, we can go wherever you guys want to. I am just starting, you know, us moving in directions. So you pick direction and you walk. No more talkie time.
But
Where would you like to go? As you can continue your conversation on the way.
Let's drop this artifact off. Then let's see about your family that you've put in jeopardy.
okay, they'll understand.
I 100% think that is true. That they will see us coming.
All right. Just one word of warning. Like, I don't mind if you all come in. Like, come on in. It's a great house. But they are very for the Empire, okay? Empire. Family. I know you work for the Empire, but you have your reservations. Okay?
Rhea just like gestures at her arbor, which like has the symbol of the
Yeah.
Arius Academy on it.
I just
I have
wanted to
I have
say
no
that.
reservation.
What should I wear?
Clothes.
Clothes are good.
What you're wearing is great.
I don't know. I've never. I mean, does this say Empire?
Oh, I meant, like, you know, just watch what you say. Like, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't care what you wear. I mean, they buy most of my clothes. Come on.
So I'm to understand that you are advising us to think about things before we say or
I'm
do
sorry.
something.
It's
Excellent.
just that my grandparents are very like an old person. Okay.
You think they have like a closet of things that they don't want anymore that I could sell for money?
I could ask. You never know. They're always like, I don't know. They got all kinds of antiques and stuff in the house.
I mean, like that they wouldn't miss.
Probably. I could ask Jarvis.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll ask Jarvis.
We go to the Brimrody School.
All right. So, making your way through the city, kind of now about 4 or 5 p.m. or such. So, some businesses sort of shutting down for their days, their normal kind of day cycle. Other things are kind of just starting to open up and begin bustling. You make your way kind of through the Tri-Square markets, heading up. Those, you know, stay open well into the night as there's sort of like a social aspect to being out and about and shopping within the city and all of that. And they do sort of play a bit of like a concourse too, as right across the street from that is the Sierra Harmony Hall sort of main venue there. As you walk through that area, you can't help but notice there is a bit of a hubbub throughout, that there will be potentially another performance and announcement in Maudstein's later this evening. And that it's potentially a chance to not just hear, but maybe even see the famous Vela Breeze. Continuing onwards up to the Bremeraldi School. Easy enough for you to gain entrance with Dorand and the other Aureus folks, as they are generally allowed to come and go as they please. Are you doing anything to hide the Oculus as you go, or are you just carrying it out in the open through the whole city?
As any good wizard, I am absolutely parading it down the middle of the hall.
All right.
Oh, look what I've done. Yes, yes. That's
So-
Are
right.
you
So
are you
we've done-
carrying it?
No. No, but see, having others carry it is part of the parade. See? Look what I've done.
I have made them carry it for me. So, you do head in, and you are met at the sort of front main receiving sort of desk. They know who you are. That just sort of generally controls things, and the woman sitting there just looks over it. Is that perhaps a new addition to the vault in the archives?
Indeed. I will, of course, need access for further study, as this is a discovery of no small interest. And I would caution those who handle it that it is has properties have yet to be unraveled, so therefore should be taken with a bit of caution.
You can hear her going through. She pulls out a couple pieces of paper. All right, well, I just need you to fill out these forms, sign here and here, and then
Finally, something that makes sense.
copy it in triplicate there, and it will be then the archival steward will want to review these and perhaps even sit down for existing information. If you leave a brief description of the item here, it will be good. And do remember that ever since you're much too young to remember that, but the incident, security is tighter now in the archives, and we can't just have people coming and going as we please. The divinists will have to take a look and verify. There's no... she sort of like flips over the page. Are there any curses, possessions, or otherwise demonic rituals that you know of associated with this item? Does it have any sort of aversion to proximity to either remnants of forgotten gods, body parts of titanic creatures, or agricultural magics?
Sorry to interrupt, but I think that I'm cursed.
You are cursed.
It is, I have got stone, and ever since using it, I feel like, things do not happen in the good way.
It's
that they're
unrelated to this
supposed
item. We can
It is
deal with that
unrelated to this item.
in a moment.
But since you mentioned curse,
Since when are you cursed?
We would...
Since-
We've
like,
known
you
each
know.
other for years.
Well, we can
that's
have
really curse.
one of our divinists take a look and see if we can't get that taken care of.
Yeah, if we head over to the study hall during these hours, study halls are just starting up at this time. It's not like the academy sleeps like the rest of the. Anyway, you might find some students willing to do some extra credit work for us. So.
Are you
What do
going
you
to
mean?
hit someone?
What do you mean by agricultural magic?
Magic of or relating to the advancement or deficit of local agricultural works. They can be very finicky in cross contamination. We once had a basin of flower growing, which was placed too close to the hand of Vecna, and unfortunately, we now have a flowery copy of the Hand of Vecna. It is polluted, but I'm told they're both being kept under safeguard. It was clearly a clerical error, and the abstractions were alphabetized and not sorted first by type of magic and propagating, which is why we have these procedures here. And she takes out a book and puts them down for proximity of magical items. And you can see here on page 814, about an eighth of the way through the book, it does say that agricultural supplies shall not be stored next to the Hand of Vecna.
Oh, so like, okay.
Wait. You don't. The Keofaran hand has flowers growing on it? What?
What?
What are you talking about? Hand of Vecna. Like an actual hand.
Okay. There's a process,
Wait,
and
no,
stop interrupting it.
But she said there's a Hand of Vecna.
It is currently
mean
one
like
of
a
the
physical
artifacts curated
Oh, an artifact.
in the archives for safekeeping.
Trying to talk to you.
Okay, yes, after the... I have 4 more pages of structure and law. Reason. The good works. Hold on. I need a new quill.
Oh, we have here.
Yes.
I prefer using this inkwell. I feel it does better.
Well, then, if you say so.
I highly recommend it.
Some weird flirting.
Nerds. So, anyway.
Triplicate
Fill this all
say.
junk out, and then submit the artifact for safekeeping. I assume I will have access throughout the entire process. If there's any times I don't, please let me know. And if you want
In
to
the
amend the
initial-
process, then you'll have to go through this office.
In the initial interring phase of artifact collection, they are kept sequestered, but that should only be 1 or 2 days as the archival steward looks over it. And may I say that your signature is incredibly repetitive. There's nigh no difference. That takes a lot of practice.
Yes, it's the good redundant structure of life. Yes,
It is. I
consistency.
appreciate your commitment to keeping our forms as in order as possible. So right this way, of course, where the entrance is, and I'll have a couple of people come and meet you there. Thank you for adding to the collection.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So out. If you have questions for them, another day. Sorry about that.
Me too.
Since
There's-
when are you cursed?
There's so many questions right now.
Okay, real quick. Okay, guys. You remember we found body and we found the Stone of Luck. Well, the Stone of Luck was pretty bad luck. It is cursed. Ever since I use, only bad things happen for a brief time. I do not like, being cursed is like, bad mojo.
It's like
bad
2
shit,
items in a row for you.
2?
You don't recall the timepieces?
Oh, Jesus. I'd forgotten about that.
Don't get any more necklaces.
Look, if I want to have necklace, I can have necklace, okay? I want to look beautiful,
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we should definitely have you checked out. Second of all, Drawn. I mean, hello. Do something about that over there. Third, can you do some research for me? I will gladly pay you if you want. I
What?
want to know what the artifact of the Hand of Vecna is. What is that? Have you heard of that? Do you know about that?
Well, I mean, I've heard about it. Haven't done any research on it. It's really not my school of expertise.
So you don't want to make money?
Well, no, you should be offering this to Ziliana.
Ziliana, do you want to go read in the school library?
No, she doesn't have access. Please, I'm just
Well,
saying.
This is why I asked you. And you like to read.
Yes, of course, but on relevant things.
This is relevant to me.
Do you know what the word tangent means?
I
No?
don't think someone's dead parents is a tangent.
It is when there's pressing, immediate, infernal repercussions to tackling what I like to call Mr. Rugby Ball now. Oxip is certainly not going to be like thinking of other things during this time of reconstruction.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
should deal with that first and absolutely come back here later.
I lean towards Gruthclaw and I say quietly, "Isn't a tangent a kind of fruit?"
That's
I
what
think that is tangerine.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Tangentello.
So, do we want to try and deal with Curse now really quick? We're still in front of that person, right?
No, we've walked away.
We've been
from the
ushered
office.
away.
Okay. All right,
Ushered away.
Doran, if we were found out that this was cursed, I was cursed. How long would it take to deal with?
Well, it depends on the level of curse, of course.
Okay.
You understand that certain things can only be done with, like, say if you were petrified for some ridiculous reason, that
A
would take a
snake.
greater amount of magic than, say, a simple curse where you trip over yourself every time you tie your shoe.
Okay.
Ah, the old
tried to
shoelace
type in
curse.
We'll deal with this after. First, let us go to grandparents' place to, clean up all the mess that Katie has made, and then we will clean up the mess that I have made by putting on pretty
have
jewelry.
to say it like that.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
You will not learn if we do not remind you of your failures.
No scolding.
All right. So
No schooling either. Get out. Let's go.
The Oculus is sort of secured away into a storage room. You go sort of down the stairs into the archives are underneath the main portion of the school. And you go down the stairs there, and there's a room kind of immediately off to the side. This is about probably about 20 feet away where Tebrin set off that giant cursed sigil on the door and took half of his hit points
Okay, I remember that.
damage.
Sorry, that just like I felt like my entire brain just exploded for a second because I was literally just talking to Cookie about how I missed playing Tebrin because Tebrin could just like straight out hate the Empire as much as he wanted.
So at any rate, there's a door.
You said
There's a
his name
door
and I was
there, and they take it into like a single room that has a table on it, and then you can see a couple of the divinists come in and start poring over it, doing identify rituals. They have some books and coming in, with the due diligence. There, on the way out, one of your classmates just they're like peeking around, and you kind of like come out triumphantly, and they're just like,
That's right.
very much cheering on your success, as it is adding stuff, especially if it's just like not like a trivial thing to the archives, is kind of a big deal.
I'll be doing that passive aggressive stuff, like talking to the party. Yes, they'll definitely have to take extra time to view this thing. I believe they'll have to really dig deep. Probably get the senior archivist involved. Yeah.
Right.
I try to
You
look
should-
as smart as possible, which is really hard.
You should-
Bria is so spaced out she almost trips over her own feet.
All right.
Oh, you have curse too.
So,
It's that old shoelace
where
curse.
would you all like to go next?
Griscoll, if you want to get someone to find out if you're truly cursed, we
We
are
will
in
go
the
to-
right building.
We can
Let's-
do
let's-
the curse thing.
We-
We're already here.
Okay, we took curse. Perhaps you take me to correct room. You are, know well of school.
Well, let's go
you-
find some of the senior students over at the study hall area. They're likely to have a detect magic just raring to go. I have to get that spell. There's so many spells I only have bits of. All right.
All right, so you make your way kind of across to the other side of the building from where the archive entrance is, into this very large kind of multi-tiered, what looks to you as a library, just stacks and rows of books. There's very, very distinct smell of old parchment and leather. There's sort of a nice warm yellowish glow from an abundance of sconces and various candelabras, all that have wax just sort of heaped up at the bottom, where the countless candles have burned all the way down and been replaced again and again and again. And
Learning.
On the far
You smell
side
that?
of this wall, facing out, and you're kind of watching the waning light from the sunset coming in through these very tall, slender stained glass windows, and it just casts this very kaleidoscope-esque pattern of light across all of this, and it is bustling in here. There are multiple tables, each with 4 or 5 people sitting at them, many of them dressed similarly to as you see Doran's, some of them dressed a little bit more casually and not quite in scholarly type robes, but people going back and forth from the stacks. Some of the tables look like they're dutifully copying over things. Others look like they're in somewhat heated discussion. It's a little bit more boisterous, probably isn't the right word, but it's a little bit more active than you'd imagine just a quiet library. It is sort of both a study section and that. The tables where all this is happening are down by the windows, and then the library portion of it is sort of separate. So though they share this same very tall cathedral-esque ceiling room, it is all the same place. And you can see that the tables, as is per tradition, the ones sort of closer to the stacks and everything and closer towards all of the rest of the parts of the school are usually sat by upperclassmen, and then as you get farther away, the underclassmen are sort of in kind of the darker corner that's not quite by these beautiful stained glass windows and all of that.
So as you can see, there's a hierarchy here. Now, more importantly, the Bermerelli School is famous for specific schools of magics, but we are not exclusive to those specific schools of magic. So let's find some dark corner where they've stuck the enchanters.
Where are you on the hierarchy?
That doesn't matter.
So that means low.
That means I'm still in my first year, although clearly I am advancing past some of my other peers.
That's important to you?
So many nerds in my world.
Yes, a measurable metric of accomplishment is important to me. Is it not to you?
Yeah, you probably should not call people from nerd. You are from the school of, the band people and the dancing theater people. You're not like the Chads from RS Academy. We play sports and we lift weights and we do big combat.
Oh,
You are nerd to us, so maybe do not judge people. No?
okay. Hold on.
Actually,
Just a second.
Growthcult, they are not nerds. They're geeks. Nerds are the smart ones. Geeks are the ones that play with those things.
Oh.
It's a bit different.
It
Like
is
they
my
couldn't
mistake,
construct a spell, but they'll speak or two, or maybe make a song out of one.
We provide classic entertainment to everyone. Everyone loves a bard.
Shh, guys.
And
I mean,
Truthful is the
I'm gonna look around for some
school champion in
enchanters.
Dracorable.
All right. Easy enough to find, as it is. It's very much sort of like high school clicky. You can
Right.
definitely tell, those are like the goth kids, necromancers over here.
Transmuters.
Yeah.
I found my backup character.
And so going through, you can find, and I mean, the school is largely devoted.
Bermeraldi High.
Yeah, pretty much. Although it's not limited to that age range, but so you do find a table of 3 people whom you pretty strongly believe are enchanters or who like to specialize in that. 2 of them are currently making out, and one of them is sort of
Third wheel. Excellent.
yeah,
You.
pretty much.
Ah, I see. Well, I suppose if you can't learn other schools, enchantment allows you to. So, I have a question, good colleague. A friend
Yeah?
of mine is under the impression that they've fallen under the enchantment called a curse. We'd like to verify it. I certainly don't have the permanent spells. I'm a first year. I have a very limited spell selection still. I was wondering if you could help us.
I figured you were a bud.
Yeah, that's wiser. Hmm.
So, which one of you is cursed? That's kind of cool.
Can you guess? It's this one. It's this one right here.
It is me. You don't need to cast. Please help me. I'm in great pain.
Yeah, not divination is not my greatest, so please don't make me guess. So you are cursed. Cool.
Specifically an item.
Ooh, item curses. What kind of shady stuff are you dealing in?
You know,
They're aureus.
This isn't some sort of one of those school jokes, is it?
no.
Last time I had a couple Aureus people in here, they thought they were so clever.
Really?
They left clucking like chickens, though. It was a good time. I digress.
Okay.
So what is this? What is this item?
It is this thing. Britko gets out the stone of questionable luck.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you fell for one of those. That's kind of like
Dangerous.
a beginner's curse thing. Terribly dangerous, though. You know, you think things are going your way, and say, "Boy, wasn't I lucky?" And then some sort of large silver-filled meteor falls from the sky and crushes your entire family's house. That's what I've told. Anyway, not to give a specific example or something. It's just they cite things. It says it right here. It even got an illustration.
Well, I'll use my staff and move around, like push the make-out couple out of the way. So yeah, sit down here.
They kind of just like fall over on the floor and continue. Well, do you want me to just remove the curse from you but keep the curse on the item? Or...
It would be nice if there is way to, purify curse from item to make it item of, good thing rather than, bad thing.
Okay, well, what I can do for you right now is I can unattune you from the item, which will mean it's still cursed, but you're not cursed.
It would be good.
And if you want the rest of that, I may have a friend who can do something for you, but that sort of manipulation of properties of an item is, it's touchy stuff.
Well, you are incredibly smart senior student of Brimrod Academy, right? And your friend must be too. I'm sure you guys can handle it between you. If you think you're up for challenge.
Have you ever seen what happens when you tamper with something magical that's bound together really strong and you screw up? Or like heard any stories about it?
Well,
Like first-hand accounts?
There was, perhaps one guy from Oris Academy. I think his name was Chaz. And Chaz had, he got some kind of magical hat, and he tried to mess with magical hats, and now he doesn't have top of head anymore. The hat has become part of his head. So now for the rest of his life, he has a sombrero on, fused with head. So perhaps you do not make the same mistake and become half hat, half head,
Which is why I'm cautioning you that I'm not the right person to do this. And while you're adequate at flattery, it's not something that I can do for you. But I do know some people who dabble in being able to draw in magic that's a little bit beyond perhaps what you should be able to do. They're great fun. If the that sort of thing interests you, maybe we can kind of bend a few arcane rules. I know, mum's the word, but I mean, the Thorns love this kind of thing.
We should maybe handle what we can here first before we send these Orions over to advanced anything.
Right. Well, I can unattune it from you, But first things first, can you like put it on the table and walk away?
If I take it off, I cannot, It
No, I
is another
think
of
you
those
can,
things.
but you won't.
I'm
Try
pretty
it. Go
sure
ahead.
I try and take it off.
You don't want to.
I don't want to.
Yeah. All right. That's what I thought. Great. Well, yeah, I can gather the stuff to do this, but it might take me a little while, and it's gonna be a little expensive. I did have plans tonight, but if you want me to do this, I'm gonna probably need. Well, there's the route of the going through here, and I need money for drinking tomorrow. So probably about 25 gold to do this. Components are expensive, and I don't
We have
cast
any
sober.
gold.
Ziliana just shrinks in her
Oh.
chair.
How
more
much
and more
time will you
and more.
need? And we can come back with that amount. No problem.
Well, if you want to do it tonight, maybe I could. But I do have plans later tonight. If you come back anytime, perhaps this weekend, this is our table. Most of the time I'm here.
Acceptable, Grithcole?
It is acceptable to me.
Then we should leave you to it. Please gather the items, and we will be back, hopefully, the next time you're here.
To
Great.
ask for you, what would your name be?
Oh, Edelfine.
It's a classic mistake.
Someone's name?
Well,
Well-
I'll get the stuff. I trust that you're good for the money, and if you're not, I'll make sure the entire school knows it.
Okay. It is cool to make threats. See you soon.
It's not a threat. All right, let's go.
Will you two breathe for a second? God.
Water breathing cast on 2 people. It's weird. They have to do that to breathe.
You can do all of that stuff. All right, so Edelfine does promise to remember her name next time you meet her. All right. What would you like to do?
Go to the grandparents' place.
Is it still like mid-afternoon-ish?
It's dusk.
Okay. 'Cause I think after we see your grandparents, I'm super curious about the performance in the square.
Oh, me too. I still want to go.
Because, well, yeah, absolutely.
All right, sending your way out from Bremeraldi School, making your way out to the east. This is a newer, nicer part of Vesular. This is perhaps the most recently built part of the city. So if you have money, this typically is where you live. If you have insane amounts of money, you usually live all the way to the very south on the cliffs down there, which I think we mentioned in previous episodes there. It's called the Sheer. But this is where the sort of upper middle class to lower high class live. There is a vineyard out over here, so if you have property that kind of like borders on the vineyard, you can sort of live in the middle of the city, but kind of still have nature-y views. There are views out over the river to the side, and the ones all the way to the north kind of abut on a little bit more rural land as well. Kadia's grandparents live sort of in the middle of all this. Their property is not by any means like the be-all and end-all of high society, but everything here is nice. And as you arrive to the area that you obviously are very familiar with, Kadia, you do notice that the front gate of your family's walled-in area is open.
Oh. Oh, I'm just gonna start running. Jarvis never leaves the gate open.
All right.
Run.
So heading over, running up to, you do see that the gate is ajar and that the front door is also open.
Okay, we shouldn't have detoured. We shouldn't have detoured. We shouldn't have detoured. Ruth Call. You wanted me to sing Ting Tong Ting. Go run in. Ting Tong Ting. Run in.
I am inspired. I get out the mall and go through the door.
Yeah, I'm tailing.
All right.
Oh, for Jarvis. Jarvis.
We'll
Right.
send Emperor Stanmore into the air to reconnoiter.
All right. As you all sort of burst into the house, you go through the foyer into sort of short hallway, and then the central house, the central part of this house is the large kind of dining room, sitting room area, and above it is this large sort of glass dome almost. Which lets light sort of just pour in, very well lit. Of course, there's not a ton of sunlight out now. And as you all burst in with your weapons, you come down to see what you guess to be Kadia's grandmother, seated at the table with a cup of tea, across from Balthier Grimm. And sitting... or standing sort of with a tray just sort of folded under their arm. Kadia, you do recognize the butler standing there as well, Jarvis, who looks a little bit frustrated, but as you all burst in, at first he's like, you can see he like straightens up and goes to like reprimand, and then he sees you, Kadia, and then he just sort of like is like and walks back over and stands there as you come in. Your grandmother looks up. Oh, I didn't expect to see you, Kadia. Always a surprise, and it's not even the weekend yet.
Yeah, Grandmama, great to see you. Jarvis, you left the gate open and the door.
It was a request. They wanted to see the streets.
What? Oh. What's he doing here?
Well, he claimed he's a potential business associate of yours.
Nope.
He's had some wonderful stories, and I've been telling him all about your 12th birthday. And I think that you should listen to what this man has to say, as he represents some incredible people. From what I understand, I don't know any of them, but they are clearly on the up and up. And, well, you've made some new friends, but... maybe it's time
Grandma,
to take all this a little bit more seriously.
I have fulfilled my requirement. I am going to school. You didn't require me to, jump into an agent's arms and say, I'll do whatever you say.
But surely in life there is more than merely meeting requirements. You need to truly flourish, right? And I hear that perhaps you're the kind of headstrong person that likes to run in and really tackle their issues.
You would know all about tackling, wouldn't you?
Fishing was never quite my style, but perhaps one can always learn new things. Isn't that right?
Yes, I think it's a great attitude to have. Well, so, he's here. What do you think?
I think I would like to know where Grandpapa is.
Oh, he went out to the vineyard. he's been spending a lot of time there. The owners, they are both very, very, very nice. They've been showing him some of these new weeds from the Feywild. I don't remember what they're called. Some of them are planted outside, and Grandpapa has, well, he's been quite taken by them. Apparently, you can put them in a pipe. They say it's what all the satyrs use.
He's discovered a pipe. That's great. That's great. My grandparents are, becoming hippies. Okay, so, can I talk to you,
I thought we are talking.
Yeah, but, away?
Away? Like, on vacation?
No, like another room.
Oh,
Just,
I suppose.
Okay. Jarvis?
Which room? Was Jarvis coming too?
Yeah, I think he started.
All right. I'm quite partial to the parlor.
All right. Well,
Parlor it
since
is.
Jarvis wants to go to the parlor, then we can all go to the parlor. As Jarvis sort of rolls his eyes and walks out across the hall into the parlor. As you both head into the very well-decorated, lavish parlor, you can see up above the fireplace in here there is a map of the Dracora Empire with various things highlighted and sort of nice filigree around everything. Very well decorated. One wall that faces sort of out into the gardens in front of the house is almost entirely windows. There. Well, what is it? You're being terribly rude to our guests.
What are you doing letting the thing in the house? He is bad.
Mind your tone.
He is bad. Grandma, he's bad.
I mean, you'd say that about any agent.
Well, this one especially. I have a story to tell you, but I can't tell you here because he's here.
I mean, maybe if you tried in a volume that's lower than your usual, you might not be able to hear.
I look over. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
I don't really know what your problem is.
Okay, Jarvis, just I came here to tell you that you all need to leave to go to the summer house. Just get out because I kind of did something and it was impulsive, and my friends over here, they can tell you how bad it was, but you don't want to hear it because one of the bad men are in the house right now.
But it's almost winter.
Well, you could still go to the summer house in the winter. We'll be fine.
Suppose there is a fairly small amount of seasonal change, temperature-wise.
So what exactly did you do? I mean, this man's been nothing but polite to us, and he seems like he offers quite a reputable list of services.
He is a fiend. He works for a fiend. I don't know. He does bad things. I don't know the full story. I kind of was impulsive. And he's bad.
This part I very much believe.
Yes, you should. Okay, I can't tell you the full story, and Grandpapa really needs to be here. He doesn't need to be out smoking some pipe right now. This is just insane. When did he start smoking a pipe?
Well,
What happened to cigars?
I think he still partakes. I don't know, he wanted to be a bit more approachable.
That's it. It only took, 50, 75 years. I don't know how long we've been here. Years for the city to get to him. He's lost it.
I mean, they are from the Feywild. Perhaps there's some sort of... I myself haven't tried it, but I have to say he is a lot more loving after he's...
I don't
exit.
need to hear these things. These are things that I should not be hearing. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I feel like
Well.
I have spent 3 days half in a sewer, half I don't even
God,
know
child,
where.
why are you in a sewer? I sent you to school, not to the sewer.
The school has sent me on a wild goose chase. It's been the wildest 3 days of my life.
See, these types of things wouldn't happen if you had somebody in your corner to advocate for you.
I think I'm going to have a panic attack. Yeah, I'm having a panic attack. It's happening. It's
Just remember,
Panic time.
one breath at a time. We're
Whew.
gonna get through this.
Jarvis. Can I have some tea? Or like
We can, but you gotta promise to breathe until I bring it
Okay.
back.
okay. The good stuff, like it's been a while. I feel like breakfast was I don't know, 2 weeks
Just give her
ago
the
and
cheap tea, she doesn't know the difference.
All right.
Jarvis heads out, and you hear some. He comes back into the main room, sort of looks all of you over. Forgive me, I don't mean to be rude, but any of you also want tea?
We would love some.
All right.
Ziliana, was Grippa out in the garden smoking?
They said he was in the vineyards, which is like 2 blocks away or something like that.
Okay.
Well, while this is going on, can we be talking to a man whose name starts with a B?
Balthier.
Balthier.
Hey.
Balthier.
Oh.
So,
Yep.
so, I think it serves all of us to be forward. You have a fiend friend, and we killed your fiend friend. Okay, now that that is on the table, how are we proceeding here?
Well, that all depends.
And sort of Jarvis goes out back before you say all of this, as you have this candid conversation, and returns with tea to Cadia.
I could burn this place to the ground.
Sure, but then we would, club you to death, so
I'll
sort of
take-
not in anybody's favor.
Take my chances. You don't survive too long in this business, keeling in front of anyone who threatens to club you to death. I mean, you wouldn't make it past your first client. I mean, the talent, so melodramatic. Especially those performers that use clubs a lot. They threaten it more than you'd imagine. Don't do that. Don't do the club circuit anymore. So... I digress. Where were we? At an impulse. You've killed my friend, and you want something in return.
To be perfectly honest, you sort of owe us, or at least you owe me. Maybe not Katie, as she is fucking, Between you and me, I think she and the girl that the Oxip thing is with, they're sort of like on the same page, She's not trying to make Bone Child, but she is,
You mean Dima.
I mean Dima,
So you think Dima's...
She's, I think medical term is fucking insane crazy bitch.
Huh. Well, it's nice to know what you actually feel about my sister. So,
Yeah, your sister's
Sister's-
fucking crazy bitch.
getting better. Cool. Well,
Rhea just like
this
casts
is-
her eyes up to the ceiling.
this
Do you
is
disagree?
very
To be-
much...
To be 100% honest with you, I have been batting in corner of your sister.
Don't want you to bat my sister into a corner. We
Well,
just had this club conversation.
we're getting there. Anyway, so, there are plenty of people that would think, dabbling with fiends, but they killed them quickly. But, I'm not
So
going to do that.
short-sighted.
Well, perhaps I'm not doing any, killing of Dima or you. We're having conversation. We had to kill Oxip because Kadia tackled him for some reason, and at that point, hands are tied.
Yeah, once you tackle someone, you've got to murder them.
Well, he is a fiend with one large eye who sees into mind.
I did always tell him that the eye was off-putting, but
It is very.
I needed him to keep an eye on my sister, and, the jokes write themselves for many years, dozens of them,
So
actually.
I'm going to be. Well, your sister is trying to drag Bone Child from other dimension place into here.
My sister is my first
and-
client.
and she has
may
killed
have
people.
unorthodox methods, but is truly a genius when it comes to working her own special breed of magic. And without
What is that
proper
magic?
guidance and, someone to keep an eye on her, whom you've killed, I worry that she might get into trouble.
Do you maybe consider that part of the getting into trouble is having a guardian who is one-eyed fiend? Some people usually just get an elderly dwarf to look after their crazy child. Like some kind of babysitter thing. Not a fiend.
Do you run the group of you? Is this some sort of satire, comedy adventuring? I'm getting that vibe a lot. I mean, we could work with that.
myself.
I have never made a joke in my life. I do not believe in comedy.
Have you ever met a comedian?
I think comedy is lowest form of art.
Right.
Actually, I think theater is lowest form of art. Don't talk about it. Anyway,
Okay, her name is Katie.
that's what I say, Kadia.
Never mind, right. Keep going.
Since we're apparently laying all the cards out on the table, I'll tell you what. You sign a contract with me, all of you as a group, and I will be your agent, and we can both profit and move on from this woefully mournful time. We'll hope that my sister doesn't, figure out what's gone on and try to exact vengeance, which is a possibility, and we can move forward from here. If you're not amenable to those terms, I will, well, let's just say you will have made an enemy in the city, and an enemy who can do lots of things.
Okay.
And that's me. I am the enemy. I just want to make sure
Oh,
that
you're
we're-
the enemy. Sorry. I was sorry. It was not clear.
It's hard to tell.
This is
Wait.
why I like to,
You have
speak
you
clearly
have the
with things.
upkeep of a brick wall.
Do you?
It's true. I required regular brick replacement.
So,
And water.
do you work with a person named Pates?
I've worked with Pates on occasion. He's very good at what he does. I have a sort of professional respect for him. I mean, he's not a client of mine by any means. People like that typically don't need representation.
Okay. Because he's got a contract on me.
Well, it doesn't surprise me.
Which devil do you serve?
Which devil do you serve? I mean, not everyone has to serve a devil here.
I serve the devil of the Dracor Empire. Who
Oh.
do you serve?
No truer statement has ever been uttered. I'll drink to that. Will Grey not quite what befitting of your comments, but I don't serve any devil.
A demon.
Okay, then if you do not serve devil, why is there big devil head thing in the sewer where your sister is with a glowing eye, in mirror?
Listen, how my sister decorates is none of my business. She has complete autonomy to do whatever she wants to that one room that I make sure she stays in the sewers.
Okay,
That's what autonomy means.
that is what autonomy means. And within that one room in sewer that she must stay in.
Your friend has been gone for kind of a long time. I hope she didn't run away.
I think, she has this thing of when she tells story, it sort of goes on forever.
Bards.
It is a bard thing.
as Jarvis makes his way back into the other room with some tea poured, he hands it to the hyperventilating Kadia. Well,
Thank you,
your
Jarvis.
friends all seem like they're getting along.
As we start clubbing him to death.
They're odd. I'm sorry. Who's in the room with me?
Jarvis and your grandmother.
Oh, okay. I'll introduce you, in a second. But like, this is very. I feel like I'm in a dream. Oh, hold on a second. Jarvis, pinch me.
He looks at your grandmother. Your grandmother's like. He goes in, like. Pinches like right here.
Huh. Okay, it's not a dream. All right. Well. Okay.
Do you, I mean, again?
Close. No.
Oh.
No. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Okay. I'm gonna tell you the story. So, okay, we've been in the sewer, right? And my friends here, we ran into. Well, first of all. Okay, no, I can't do first of all. We're gonna skip that part. You don't need to know. Anyway, we're fighting things. I'm learning a bunch of things. By the way, the school is not a waste of time. I have learned so much you don't even know. Like, I can inspire people with a drop of a hat. Actually, a drop of a tune. That's more like the term. Anyway, moving on. They ran into like these weird, like, devil worship people. Oh, there's some coins somewhere I can show you. Anyway, and they like have this baby doll of bone made out of bone. It's no flesh, just bone, and it's all glued together. And then there's this one-eyed guy, and when I saw him, I tackled him and made my friends like beat him to death, and he almost killed me. Actually, I passed out. Anyway, moving on. In the sewer, Devil Woman 1 and Weird-Eyed Guy number 2 were trying to get us to get this artifact that someone stole. Oh, I went underwater. I saw some mermaids. You remember that story about Yarrow and Anyway, not important. I went swimming. I know, me. Anyway, we found this artifact. Okay, this artifact is crazy. It like brings people out of the shower. Shatter, not the shower. It brings them out of the shatter. You don't know what the shatter is. Okay, I'm really freaking out.
Now, can I just pause you for a moment and say this is the most stressful story retelling I've ever heard?
Exactly how
I could
Katie
feel
would
my
tell
just
it.
like heartbeat going crazy, trying to keep up with.
That's exactly how Katie would tell it. Anyway, before I tackled the one-eyed guy, there was this like door in the sewer, and like we were trapped. So I like knocked on it, because I know this knock spell like unlocks anything, but it's really loud. Anyway, it led to that guy's office, and that guy was all like, "Yeah, let me I represent Bella Breeze, and she's like totally popular and stuff." Which I mean, don't get me wrong, love
I
Bella
think her
Breeze.
music is overrated.
Come on, Grandma.
It goes against traditional imperial themes.
This is not the orchestra, okay? Okay, moving on. Anyway, that guy was like, be my, I don't know, what are agents, what do you call like their
Clients?
client? Anyway, be my client. And I was like, no, we don't deal with fiends. I have his card in my pocket. Oh no, wait, I gave it to Liliana. Anyway, I turned him down, and then this kid that we got hired from the Empire, he went in there and oh God, this kid, Grandmama, you had no idea. He drove me crazy. He went back into that office after we already fixed his problem. Oh, we got trapped in this time loop. Okay, I'm getting way off track here. Anyway, he pried the information, the one-eyed guy, he pried the information about where you guys live, and he was like, see you in hell, fuckers, or something like that. And so you have got to leave the house. You've got to go to the summer house, because these people are bad, and they want to kill me now that I've killed them. But since I didn't kill him in his plane, he's coming back. And then this guy, he's just weird, okay? Can't do a deal with him. Trust me.
I am so proud of you, Kadia. I thought
Cute.
all of those classes in surrealism went right over your head, but you've truly embraced them as some sort of visceral performance art. I felt every moment of that. It was, I mean, and Jarvis just sort of like joins in. They give you like kind of like a slow clap for them. I mean, you should.
Finally.
Are you going to tour that story? I think you should. I know a friend. They can perhaps set you up. I mean, I think the Vineyard has open mic nights. Those crowds are a little bit more,
Okay, this is
addicted
more
to
like
drugs. But it might be the perfect type of story for them.
Story needs work, but you're missing the point.
Oh, I've never been good at finding the meaning in spoken word. It's usually music.
You have to leave.
Can you maybe... We have to leave. Where would we go?
To the summer house.
But it's almost winter, Kadia.
You can go there in the winter, Grandmama. It's still a house. It has walls. It has windows. Jarvis can buy food.
Jarvis is quite good at getting food. I mean, I suppose it's a little unorthodox, but, a little
Just
fresh
don't
air
think
might
about the-
do
no, Just
Papa a
don't
little
tell anybody where you're
good.
going. And I mean this. Don't tell anybody where you're going. No one.
But we're gonna have to tell Jarvis.
Well, Jarvis is
And
going
Grandpa.
with you. Jarvis. Well, yeah. Grandpa's gotta go. Jarvis too.
Alright,
I'm saying.
but beyond them, and the tailor, and the grocer, and the butcher, and the caretakers, if we're going to activate the summer home, people need to know we're coming. We can't just have it looking like, it's from Arador or something.
God, Erador. What a sad story. You are so not wrong. Okay, you can only tell those people though. Like, none of your bridge not fans. You have fans. Don't tell your fans.
I was a famous bridge player for quite a while.
Yeah, don't tell your bridge people. They can't know. There's a bunch of gossips. You can't tell them.
Well,
And,
how
don't
am
tell
I
the
supposed
tea
to-
ladies. No parties.
but what am I supposed to do all
You can't
not
have
summer?
You can't have parties in the summer house anyway. People will think you're weird.
I mean, that's what the summer house is for, Kadia.
But not in the winter. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
But they'll have to. What do I tell them? That I've gone on a concert tour?
Yes, perfect.
With what orchestra? I'd have to tell all the players and invite them to the house.
No, you can. How about? Okay, Jarvis. Help me here.
I like the summer home.
Well, I know you do. It's great. But she can't tell people. How about? Is there some like group, some orchestra group like out of town that you can like be playing orchestra? I don't know. What do you do with your do? You conduct? Yes. I know what you
mean,
do.
There are traveling troops, but none of them are traditionally Dracoran trained musicians. There's such a lack of discipline.
But it's just a little white lie, Grandmama. A little white lie.
You know what lying leads to, Kadia?
What?
Lying leads to the fall of the Empire.
Oh, come on. This has nothing to do with the Empire.
It does.
No,
The
it
honest citizens of the Empire are the reason that it has its might and strength.
This has nothing to do with the Empire. This is about our family and you not dying. I've lost my parents. Let's not lose my grandparents too.
Alright, we'll only tell the people I mentioned and anyone else I need to before we go to the
No,
summer
who
home.
else do you need to tell?
I don't know yet. This has all come so quickly to me.
Where's Grandpapa in times like these?
He's at the vineyard.
Ah! Jarvis, help me!
I think you're kind of beyond help. But I mean, I like the summer home. All right,
I
well,
love you, but
I'll pack the things. I mean, should we invite our guest?
Have you not been listening?
To be completely honest, no.
He is bad. No, do
All
not
right.
invite him.
Guests are
He
bad.
needs- No, not guests. This guest.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Yes, guests are bad. No guests in the summer
All right.
house.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw your guests out.
Oh, perfect. Don't you dare say why.
You guys hear the,
Throw
hear the
us
door open and close. Sorry, Katia has asked all of you to leave. I'm supposed to throw you out. I'm not really sure. She said all guests are bad. But please,
I guess it's good to know
stay
where we
at-
stand with her.
I mean, stay and finish your tea. I won't be cruel, but if you don't have
this
tea,
is good.
out the door you go.
Shall we?
Her grandmother has a really big sweat. Wow. Okay.
I don't make the
It's
rules. Don't shoot the messenger.
We wouldn't shoot you.
Yeah.
I
would
hear
just-
it's gonna be a warm winter.
Oh.
Okay. So
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
What's Mr. Bad Guy doing?
He's sipping his tea, sitting at the table.
I suppose we'll wait for everybody to go.
All right. Well, you've officially been thrown out, but
Noted.
he leaves again. Comes back. All right. I've thrown them all out.
What? Oh, no. I just said what? What? Yes, Jarvis. I need more tea.
I'm just gonna throw one of them. I'll be right back.
Thorin, get the fuck out.
All right. There's been some miscommunication. I think there's an issue with the number of guests in the house. So one of you is gonna have to leave. All right. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 6.
Hey,
It was 3.
I start yelling, Katia!
Fuck, that's my number.
Celia. Someone with sense.
Yep, that's me. Someone with a lot of good common sense.
Katie is like very stressed out.
I run into the parlor, and I'm like, so he wants us to sign a deal with him, or we're enemies. So that's where we're at right
What?
now.
What? What? Why did you let this guy in the house, Grandma?
He
Jarvis!
said he knew you. I mean,
That
You're supposed to be hospitable to your neighbors, darling.
he's not our neighbor.
He lives in the city. He's a neighbor.
Not everyone in the city is a neighbor.
Well,
Neighbor means,
that
like-
is a very un-imperial way of thinking.
No, it's not. You're so literal with terms. You gotta think more vague.
Gotta think vaguely.
Yes, the opposite of literal.
All right. Well, we'll do as you suggest and make our pilgrimage, albeit a bit early. I'll just gather
Where-
up a few things, and we'll be gone within the month.
No! Alright, I cannot have this conversation with her. Ziliana, does not understand what I am trying to tell her.
Right, but here's the thing. I think things are bigger than this right now. He's
Well-
gonna find them. People find people all the time.
So what do? We can't agree to these terms.
I don't think so either, but we need to at least... I don't know. 2 of them didn't talk. I didn't talk. It was just Growth School talking. I don't know what
Oh.
happened.
No!
No!
She called Dima an insane, crazy bitch. Turns out Dima and Malthar are siblings. What? And Katia, I kind of slap her face a little bit, like just a little bit. Ossip, Ossip was babysitting her, and you fucking killed her babysitter. Or we did it. I'm not gonna.
My fault. It was my fault. But hold on a second. They're brother and sister?
Yeah. So that's basically Bone Daughter's niece. So like it's a big family thing that we fucked with.
Do you see what I'm talking about, Grandmama? Do you see? By the way, this is Zilliana. Zilliana, this
Hi.
is my grandmother, Ava.
By the way, Ava, I think she's got a tab going for me. I don't know if you have any. I've been doing some
Oh,
work.
I forgot.
Jarvis?
I forgot to ask Jarvis. Jarvis, I forgot to ask Jarvis. Oh, don't worry about it, Grandma. I'll ask Jarvis after he gets more tea because, you know, I'm kind of freaking out.
We're almost out of tea.
Okay. Maybe I need some of what Grandpa's smoking. I don't know.
So,
I'll go to the garden.
Okay.
oh,
Great. What do we do?
I think we need to talk with our group and figure out what to do next.
Okay, did Jarvis at least tell him to get out? Did he leave? Is he still here?
No, you were really confusing. You need to be clearer and more specific.
I
Like,
told
use
him
numbers.
to throw out the bad guy.
And people. But Jarvis doesn't know me. I could be terrible.
Okay, this is why introductions have to happen first. You were right, Grandma. There are structures and social things that need to be set in order. I get that, but hold on. Can you go send someone to get Grandpa or something? Like,
We just sent Jarvis to the garden. He'll
No
be
one else
back
is here?
eventually.
no one else? No
I
maid?
mean,
No maid today?
there's 6 of you standing here and another guest in the
They've
parlor.
never been to the vineyard.
Right. They also don't know your grandfather.
That too. Yeah, that's true. The maid's not here today though. She's gone.
No.
Aw.
You should really know her name. It would be polite. That's okay.
Well, it's like she like changes like all the time. Like some days it's like this person and then it's another person.
All right.
No,
okay.
no.
It's not like set person. It's a service, you know, and they like take turns because you know, quite honestly, they can't take. You know, one person cannot take the stress of my family. Apparently, we are just outright insane.
All right. I sent a
Don't
message.
don't tell Girth Call. I agreed with that.
Okay. I sent a message to Rhea and I'm like, hey, do you all want to come in here so we can figure out what to do? It's using message cantrip. Sorry.
Yeah. I gently usher the others.
Um,
No, I'm go.
are we leaving?
Go. This way.
Are we leaving
We're going
this
across the hall.
individual by himself? Yeah,
He's drinking
okay.
tea.
Oh yeah, that's.
She's just chivying them in front of her.
Critical said, you'll wait here, too, Belthier.
Talk it over. I don't see you have much of a choice, but the illusion of control is popular among clients.
That's a good line, Casey.
Okay. First
So
of
what-
all, introductions. Wait, where's Jarvis? Oh wait, he's in the garden. Can we hold on for like 2 seconds because
No.
No.
Okay.
We've all
Wait.
met Jarvis.
Do not need
Yeah, but-
Jarvis in-house.
He's a little special, but we love him. He's our butler. Anyway, okay, so this is my grandmother. Her name is Ava. Ava, you've already met Zilliana. This is Rhea, Gruthcall, Endron, Wizard. They're from the academy. Anyway,
I give her a bit of a bow.
Aureus, very nice. You've made some better friends, it seems.
what do you mean better friends?
I mean, good Imperial folk.
Oh, okay.
That's us.
That's
What's wrong with Kelly?
Kelly's a bitch.
Well,
What a rich world this is.
some of your friends, I mean, Kelly has an agent.
Is with you in this agent thing. Like, I'm going to school. Now you want me to have an agent?
I mean, you're a performer. That's what they do.
Can I just be free for like at least a year of my life?
No, we live in the Empire, darling. We have obligations.
Speaking of obligations, what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we going to have an enemy that's going to come after us all the time? Or are we going to
Okay.
sign this contract and be bound to our enemy? I don't understand what to do.
I'm personally not a big fan of binding my soul eternally to the demon lord of illusion. personally. Personal preference.
Well, I'm not signing anything. Not with him. I
Crystal?
mean, him and Dima, they're siblings. That crazy person that made that bone child, they're siblings.
What do you think, Torrent?
I will not be signing anything agreeing to any kind of obligations with that individual. I also think that the precarious position you've put your family in can only be remedied by appealing to the Empire, as we are dealing with somebody with a means that is beyond our individual selves.
Put that in, like, English.
It is probably wise to report
Go
this
get
man.
help
Yes.
with those who are specialized with this specific kind of problem. A temple of holy people, maybe? Or maybe those holy people that are also with the swords? There's all sorts of options. You're in the city where it is a collection of the greatest minds and also others that also help the Empire. So a citizen of the Empire is now at risk because of this individual. I wouldn't waste any more time
What do I do with these crazy?
deliberating.
What do I do with this crazy person who won't listen to me?
Are you speaking of your family member?
Yes.
Well, maybe she will. Maybe you will have better luck if the Empire can intercede on our behalf.
To be perfectly honest, I think sending her, I do not know where her summer home is, but to be honest, I think the safest place to be is within the reach of the Empire. So maybe staying in city is not a bad idea. We tell the Empire about what's going on. They can, set watch. They can help. Sending her off to random summer home where do people have summer homes?
Places where it's fit to be in the summer.
The fuck? What's that even? What do you mean fit to be? You mean like you cannot live? Anyway, it is irrelevant. I think they should probably stay, because we cannot help them if they are many miles away.
What if Grandpa knows someone in the... There's like safe houses and stuff, right? Like people go in danger all the time, right?
Yes. But it is not for us to determine the exact method, because once we determine it, it is a private enterprise, and we are going against a much larger than us opponent. So a private enterprise to try to whisk someone away will not work. We need an organization behind us where we are helping and listening and taking direction from.
This is why I wanted Grandpa here in the first place. Okay, so anyway, Grandpa, his job, he's a linguist, so he like knows a bunch of people in the Empire, and he does like a bunch of, I don't know. What's the word?
Translations.
Yeah, he does a bunch of that. So like maybe he knows somebody, but I can't be involved. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is you can't be the driving factor. We need to go get help, not go get helpers. Do you understand the difference?
No, sounds like the same thing.
I suppose it would. To you.
What I'm hearing, okay, like, so if I knew exactly where they were going to be, then this information could just wham, bam, the same thing could happen again. I can't have that. Okay, that's good. That's
Didn't. Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay, great.
So, we've made a demon enemy.
It is a devil enemy.
I'm pretty confident it's a demon enemy.
I think it's a demon.
Is it?
Yes.
It's
Pretty
rising.
positive.
Despite the vast difference in process between the two, from our standpoint, the difference is almost negligible because
It is
both are committed to evil in their own manner.
We've made a fiendish enemy.
There you go.
Kill him.
So
Okay.
I've got a loan shark and a fiend.
Oh,
This is good. This is. I mean, you know what? I look back on my days being attacked by a bear pretty fondly right now.
Anyway, Krithkol, Rhea, you
Yes.
know somebody in the academy that might be something of a more appropriate to the situation, maybe?
We can certainly. I don't know anybody personally. I may have an in with any paladins of Hieronius.
Those people. I suppose they're good for something.
They have their uses.
So why don't we make toward contact with that? Rhea? I'm sorry. Not Jesse.
Wait.
Yeah.
Katie, if you want, is that acceptable that we go get some help?
with him in the house?
No, not with him in the house. Clearly, you don't leave your grandmother until we return. We were thinking about going to the academy. Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like this is like the most that I've. Hold on! It just hit me. Why would you tell him about my 12th birthday?
Oh.
What?
We didn't.
We didn't.
Not you, Grandma.
Well, I mean, he was asking all sorts of things about you.
That's it. You can't be left in the house alone. That's it. I mean, it can't happen. Grandpa cannot go to the vineyard anymore. He cannot smoke fey plants anymore. You have to be supervised at all times.
Ugh, is this tea spiked?
Not well enough.
Okay.
Jarvis now sort of walks back in, somewhat empty-handed. Well, I looked in the garden. I don't, for the life of me, know the difference between most of those plants.
Oh, do you need help?
Oh,
Maybe. There's four more little guys with pointy hoods out there. Are these more friends? I'm gonna have to brew more tea if they're gonna come in.
Wait, do you
They're-
have garden gnomes? What?
They're not quite gnomes. Their faces are a little bit pointier, although I haven't seen a lot of gnomes, so maybe.
Don't
They
you
seemed
let-
interested in the flowers and kind of ignored me for the moment, but
Don't you let anyone else in this house besides Grandpa. Grandpa's allowed in his own house.
all right.
You know. Nobody else.
That rule is consistent.
Okay, so you see Ziliana here. She's allowed. Okay.
Okay.
Rhea, this is Rhea. Rhea's allowed.
Nice to meet you.
Gruthkal is allowed.
All right.
And Doran, he's allowed too.
Doran's the one out there.
Right here, the one that I am pointing at right
Alright.
now, Jarvis.
Jesus
So
Christ.
everyone in this room, why didn't you just say it that way?
Because I feel like you have to be told, like, individually who's allowed and who's not. You see
Okay.
Grandma?
All
Grandma's
right.
allowed in the house. It's her house.
Okay.
Can we
All
just
right.
pause? There's people outside.
Okay,
Okay.
yes. I'm sorry.
Let us go outside and see who is here.
Maybe we should do something about the little demon cultists.
Yeah.
So as you go to walk
Can you imagine?
as you go to walk back outside, you do have to go through the the sort of main dining area there, and you see that Balthier has finished his tea and is standing sort of arms crossed and looking in the direction. Well, have you come to any sort of agreement?
You just hold your fiendish little horses, mister. Stay.
Excuse me?
You heard. Stay.
I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry.
Listen,
You've no idea how sorry I am.
my
and I just
patience
wait.
is waning. You've
But
killed a dear friend of mine. So, perhaps we can add a sense of urgency. If you're not back in 15 seconds,
15 seconds. Get real.
I will burn this house down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, mister. You cannot threaten to burn down this house. It does not belong to you. We are in the Empire. Who the hell do you think you are?
Oh,
I'm Balthier Grimm, and I need a decision.
Fuck you!
All right. Well, I see we've made our decision.
Jarvis, go get someone from the Horus Academy here and stat! That
You
means
said no one else was allowed in the house. And
what? How?
as this begins happening, Balthier begins to cast some sort of spell. And this is
Initiative?
where we will take our break, and initiative will...
Oh! It's battle time.
We at least short rested.
We're gonna
At
die.
some point today.
I do not know.
Okay.
Cool.
Have we benefited from leveling up or no?
We did
Did
last time.
Did people... Yeah, we'll say
Yeah,
that
we
you
did.
have gone through the level up cycle.
Okay. And so do I have 25 out of 32 hit points or 32 out of
Yeah,
32
we will
hit
say
points?
that you effectively had a long rest in your dealings with.
Perfecto.
Thank you.
all of
Okay, as in we also gain back the things we would gain back on a long rest? Or
We'll
just in
say
that we have
you
the hit points?
effectively had a long rest.
Katie's story was so long
Yeah.
that we got a
Okay.
long rest from it.
All
Well,
right,
that's
so you following
good.
along at home or doing your best not to go clinically insane. We'll be back in 5 minutes for the thrilling conclusion
Of the
episode
campaign.
10 of House Guests. So we'll see you in a little bit. Be back soon.
I like an undead campaign. What do you guys think?
welcome back, chat. Welcome back, most players. We're waiting on just one more, and then we will see what we have in store.
It'll be gruesome, lots of gore.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think we all could have predicted this, which is nice. Very nice, very nice.
I don't know. I couldn't have predicted this.
I didn't see it going any other way.
Nice. All right. Well, we may have to do a little theater of the mind, but beyond that, I think it'll be good.
D&D beyond that.
Ha 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 ha.
I was just watching Scott Pilgrim, and I was like, "Oh, it'd be great if he like burst into like gold coins when we defeated him."
I did plan on
We're not
asking
fighting
Jarvis
Scott.
to raid the donation closet. Or just straight out asking Grandma for 500 gold since she put me under emotional stress.
Cool.
Wait, she put you under distress, or did you?
Yes!
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Whew.
So how's everybody in chat?
Oh, chat, you said. I was about to answer.
I mean, you can reply as well. How are you?
I am feeling emotional.
Emotions?
Hello.
The emotion is mostly rage.
Rage? Excellent. Well, Holly, I like to make these emotions happen. So, as we come back, let's see, where are all of you?
In hell.
All right. Well, since I didn't really prepare for this eventuality, give me half a second here
Wait, really?
to move you to the battle
How
map.
did you not even think?
To move you to the battle map, which I 100% have prepared.
How could you have had this character go to
I
that character's house and not expect?
ye of little faith. Look, it's Grandma's house. All right.
This a house?
Yeah. I live in a city. Houses are very, very crazy. So I don't have an interior map of the house, but we'll do. And I also
It's
don't.
perfect though.
I don't have a. I suppose I can switch to the battle map version of this. All right. Very cool. Very cool. So, we have a house here. And so you all came back in. So I'll just sort of treat this area in the glass sort of dome as the dining room area. And then if you go sort of direct south to the stairs, that gets you outside. Got it?
South, you said?
Yeah.
This.
So like, yeah, so that's the main entrance. There is also another exit out over here, which then just goes into this side house there. Gated around. The gate or the wall is probably about 8 feet tall or so. So it does require a climb check if you want to go over in case that becomes relevant. And with that, definitely didn't plan on this happening. So didn't have a battle map totally prepared for this house, which I did. And we will roll initiative, please. And let's get our super combat music.
Combat music.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
That's it. That's it. It's dice jazz.
Ooh! Sorry, guys.
Balthier Grim.
Big money roll
Plus
for
4 to
Balthier
Dex.
Grimm.
This has been noted.
Alright. Cool, cool. Do I have everybody's initiative? No, I don't. We are missing one group of combatants.
Oh no!
You already know about
Gremlins.
them.
Yeah, but I didn't. I thought they were for the plants. Get out of here!
The plants.
Yeah, the face smoke.
Yeah, it's it's the weed cultists.
Alright. Cool.
Yeesh, we're gonna get fucking flattened.
We're all gonna die. Alright, so...
As is tradition.
I like how, Beth, you moved your token to within melee range starting of...
Well, that's where it would have been.
So there is unfortunately for you, there is a table that goes... Here, I'll do a little free
Where is the
drawing.
closest that would be?
Hold on. There is a table that goes, like, the big dining room table is, like, the middle of this thing. Is that... Can you see that? Or am I drawing on the wrong layer? I'm drawing on the wrong
I can see
a
this
tiny
blue
thing.
square. It's very small.
Oh, there we go.
So there is a table there. And if you're heading to go out, you would come from here over down that way. Okay.
Okay, so I would have been like here.
All right.
What is that on his face?
It's a
What is this?
blue square. Who's the color blue? I can't figure it out. All right. So, let me figure this out here. Why is this so weirdly minimized? Why can I not... Hold on. I'm having all sorts of issues here. This window is not resizing, and when I resize it, it doesn't scroll. He begins to cast a spell here in front of you, and you can see the air all around him, sort of in a, I don't know, sort of just a wreath around him as he starts moving his hands. You see all these strange, like, shapes and images go, and they kind of pulse in and out, and they're all different colors and everything. And as you all look at this, you find yourself being drawn in and hypnotized into this. And so I need... each creature in the area who sees this, hey, that's all of you, you can all see this, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hey, is that luck thing still a thing?
What luck thing? I remember vaguely something
From
about
Mermaid's merfolk ritual.
it. It is.
I'm going
Or
to
you
roll.
also have a DM inspiration.
I'm going to use my luck.
They're effectively the same thing in this.
Damn it!
All right.
I failed and used my luck.
So the DC is 14, and this is hypnotic pattern, which I guess I can't link to you. Here we go. Did that link it? Yes. All right. So on a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. So if you have an advantage against charms, you do.
Oh wait, I have
If you're an elf, but you already rolled at advantage,
I did.
so you don't get double advantage, unfortunately. Creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. Oops. Spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of their stupor. I know you guys will enjoy that part. And that will do it for Balthier's action. And you see as all of these shapes just fill the area. And how many of you are stupefied? Kadia,
Oh, that's
Ziliana, Gruthkul, and Not Dorand. All right. You see his wings unfurl, and with a flap of them that knocks all of the fine china sort of scattering off the table there, he takes flight and flies straight up, bursting through the glass dome above you. Did you have a question, Cookie?
No, I'm just incapacitated. That's what I was saying.
So Balthier just bursts out up through. This is really good that he was first in initiative. And so that is, we will call that, call it 30 of his flying feet to get out there, and then he will fly out in a direction towards the yard, which you can no longer see there. All right, Ziliana, what is your desire? You are...
I'm incapacitated.
All right, for 1 minute, so enjoy that. 1 minute is the duration, as Balthier is concentrating on this.
It's very pretty. It looks like gold coins.
Katia.
I too am hypnotic out.
You're dreaming of money, Cookie? Ooh,
All right.
money.
Ziliana has debts to pay!
Also incapacitated.
It's
Doran,
like a slot machine.
what would you like to do? Doran.
All right. So if the rest of the party seems to be stupefied, something very similar happened when we were listening to that terrible, terrible music in the square. I suppose Rhea looks like she's coherent.
She does.
I will move to Ziliana and take a standard action to shake her. Wake up!
Shake awake, shake awake. All right, so you are shooken out of your hypnotic stupor.
Now, am I to understand that the main gate we came through is to the south of us?
This is the gate you came through, yes.
Okay,
See
so
down there, yeah.
then what I would like to do is, I heard there were others that way, so I will then go back to this end of the
Run
room.
away.
No, it's positioning. It's all tactics.
All right.
It's all tactics. Where I will wish I could hold an action, but I've already wasted one on Ziliana. And I go to Rhea.
Wasted.
Go get Growthco. We could leave Katia as is.
All right. Rhea, you are up.
Okay. I am going. So, how far can I see into the rest of the house, like in this direction?
There is a hallway that goes. Like there, yeah.
So, like, if I were to say, I can't end
Oh, I keep drawing
my
the
turn
wrong
here, but if I were to say step into Ziliana's square, I could see through down here.
You could
like, all
see
the
out
way
the
out?
door, yes.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to move 5 feet into Ziliana's square. I am going to use my bonus action to summon my reflection. There. 30 feet.
Okay. So drag your reflection
Just
out.
a minute.
It's
I love it.
Ziliana.
30 feet. And then I am going to move 10, 15. I'm going to use my action to shake Gruthical. And by shake, I mean I'm just gonna kind of like pat her face until she comes to again.
That takes 4 pats.
3, 4. And she kind of has to stand on her tiptoes to do it. And so then my reflection can look around and it sees this. Yes. Is Balthier
Yes.
up?
He's up on a balcony, so he's on the second story.
And then my reflection will, glowing with celestial unearthly fire, unsheath her rapier. But I don't have an action, so that will be it for me.
Alright. Balthier will continue flying. He's, let's call him 25 feet off the ground. Out to about here, centered in the courtyard. And
Rhea, your reflection is the only one who can see this, but his hands, he just goes, his hands light up with fire, and he just goes like this, and 2 beams of fire shoot out towards the house. And we will see how much fire this creates on the roof, as he did say he was going to burn down the house.
He did say that.
It's
I
a
don't
man
have
of
a way
his
to
word, I
fix that,
respect that.
folks.
So there's 1, which does hit the house. So 10 points. 10 is the threshold through which he needs to actually start a fire. So we will call this minor there. Yes, we will say that this square of the roof is now on fire. All right.
So the roof is on fire.
The roof is on fire. And he will go again. And gets past the threshold. And we will say this square of the house is on fire now.
We don't need no water.
All right. So, as of that is his turn. It is now the Darkling's turn. Darkling duck. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll close in. And that is, you can see one of them looks like the ringleader of them. And has a little bit more of a different point here. These creatures sort of look like drow goblins. They have very pointy, like they're all wearing these sort of black cloaked hoods. They're very sort of squinty, focused faces. Their skin is very kind of dark gray. But there is some like kind of like red lines through it. They all carry various short, pointy things, short swords and such.
Crazy
And-
that Casey used a descriptive action to charm Dora, so she can no longer attack the drow goblins.
These are my friends now.
Yes. All right. And the Dark Elder is going to make short sword attack against you. Here it comes. And that is a 7.
Nope.
And it will make a second short sword attack against you. That one is a 23.
That one doesn't.
All right. So it does 4 piercing damage.
Alright.
And I did not give it advantage, or I had it move first. So this one is going to come in. This one is going to come into there. And this one is going to come into there. All of these are wee ones of the same thing. They all have daggers, and they are going to make 3 dagger attacks against you. One of these has advantage, so we will do that first. Here's the first advantage you won. Does not hit, and the other 2 do not have advantage. 1, 2. One is
Okay,
a
the crit hits, the 14 does not.
Yeah. So crits coming at you, and this will be not too much. 7 points of piercing damage there as you get swarmed by these wonderful
Goblins.
little darkling creatures. Cool. That will do it for their turn. Ziliana, you are up and at 'em.
Okay, I am going to put up bear totem. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I can get all my party. Yeah, bear totem. Okay, so you're gonna get, everybody gets 9 points of 9 temporary hit points. So that's my bonus action.
That's insane.
So, and then advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura.
If we
Although
leave the aura,
I-
do we lose the hit points?
No, that was stay.
Okay, good. Thank God.
It's the only language in there is around the strength saving throws. Does the aura, does it get trapped inside the house? Like,
What does it say?
or does
on
the aura
thing?
kind of like,
If it doesn't say that it gets blocked, then it's just anything within the range.
okay, all right. So then I'm gonna put it, I guess I'll put it here. You know, so that's my totem.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like a bear. Good job.
Arr, yep.
It's a square bear.
It's a square bear. And then I think I am going to, so that was my bonus action. Oh God, what, I just got my improved, wild shape too. I think that, wow.
Does that make the lines a little bit easier to see? They're still kind of maybe like a contrast.
Little bit, but if you turn to white, they'd be easier.
There we go.
Too easy, that's too much.
Too effective.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna turn into a black bear.
Oh, oops.
Squares
So,
everywhere.
and then I am gonna run outside.
Is a black bear a large or a medium-sized creature?
It is medium.
It's medium.
So you don't need to go. You can.
Resize myself. So I'm gonna move 40 feet out here.
Why is the hallway now crooked?
Because the staircase isn't lined up exactly correctly.
That's how the house was
Old
built.
homes have personality.
I'm gonna run out here.
All right. And out you
Oh,
go.
I don't know why I'm down already. So
Oh, did you add temporary
you
hit points
dropped?
or something?
yeah, yeah. It should be at 36.
Did
Oh,
we
actually,
add-
I'm gonna
I
add
didn't-
my.
I didn't add black bear to your token.
Yeah, it's okay. It's new. I'm gonna do the temporary thing. Okay, so that's 19 points for him. Okay, okay, and that is my turn.
All right. Cadia, I do believe it is your turn.
I do believe I'm still hypnotic sized.
You are indeed. Gruthkul, you are up.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I forgot
Oh,
about.
you're. Well. Sorry, Kadia.
Yep.
I'm-
There's
So
no way
I'm.
to shake it either, can you? There's no like.
It
safe-
lasts. I mean, it's a concentration thing, but
I am casting Bless. And it will affect myself, Rhea, and Doran. And then I will make my way downwards.
I'm going to use the flag of blessing.
Which is that one?
all right.
Flag of Blessing. I can't even see that.
Out you go.
It's so small. There it is.
You can
That's
zoom
it.
in, you know.
That is all I will be doing.
All right, out you go. Doran, it is your turn as your companions.
I look
rush
over at
out.
Rhea and I go, dang it. Okay. We can't tell that the house is on fire just yet, can we?
No.
All right. Well,
I
I'll
mean,
use my.
Rhea has seen
Rhea
it.
knows and would have said something.
Actually, I don't even have to move. Since I seem to have some time before the house burns at me, I'm going to use Mage Hand to shake, rattle, and roll Kadia's head. Just a little slap, slap, slap. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Standard action. And my move action. I guess I wouldn't mind being here so I have nice line of sight. And then as a
Yeah,
bonus
you
action.
You cannot see Balthier from where you are because he's up, but you can see sort of out the door.
I didn't expect. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's up 5 squares, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm okay with this. I don't have a bonus action that I'm aware of, so we're done.
Rhea, you are up.
Okay. I am going to use an action to do this. And a radiant pair of wings of my own are going to sprout from my shoulders. For the moment, I'm gonna sheathe my sword, and I'm gonna go up 5 feet.
Which
Okay.
you?
The reflection. I was about to say only one of us has wings, but that's not how that works. That is explicitly the opposite of what the class does.
All right. So, you have moved up 1 square. I'm just denoting number of squares with the blue. And use your action to wings.
I use my action to wings.
And 5
And
feet
then-
of movement so far.
Then I'm gonna go 5. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna keep going up. How far up did you say he was?
He is 25.
Okay, so I moved inside. Rhea moved 5 feet, and I'm gonna go use the rest of my 25 feet of movement to go up with my reflection,
All right.
which I know will provoke.
You provoke 4 attacks of opportunity.
Fuck.
2 of them at advantage. So Darkling Elder, Short Sword at advantage coming at you. Does a 22
When he
hit?
does hit.
So this does.
I would like to use my reaction to go, ah!
This does an extra 3d6 damage on if they have advantage. So that's 6 piercing and 3d6 on top of that. So that's another 8. So that's 14. And
That was just the first one.
that's the Elder. So we'll do the next advantage one. Is a dagger. This one deals 2d6. You get the sense that they're doing this.
No.
15 does not hit. And then these 2 are not at advantage. 1. So that
Good
one
grief.
hits. And.
No.
One does not. So this one, not at advantage, it just does this. So that's 4 more points of piercing damage.
So 18 total.
Yep. Alright. And with a flap of your angelic wings, up you go as all the little dudes are like, poking at you as you kind of spiral, taking a couple hits, dodging a couple other ones. Back up, and that will put us at Balthier's turn, who now sees you. Please denote how high up you are.
Yes.
As this happens, let's see. So I love the way distance works in 5e. So is going to look at down at you, Gruthkul, as you see, you're kind of watching as Rhea flies up, kind of out of the way there, and your gaze sort of fixes on Balthier's. I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
That's very bad.
Wait, I'm looking straight. Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, the technical part of the mechanic is that it can see,
Yeah.
so
I've
it
got
can
plus
see
as
you.
well.
So yeah.
All right, 16.
All right, you have made it as you feel yourself being the target of some sort of charm effect there, as you start very sort of vaguely hearing these wisps of words and commands in your mind there, and he is going to fly up another 30 feet. So he is now 11. Can I even do 11? No. Alright, that will do it for his turn. It is now the Darkling's turn. You can see the head one yelling at the other ones. And then they all scamper about. This one will make an attack at you, Gruthkul the Elder.
What are they speaking?
The languages you speak.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, Giant, and Undercommon.
They're speaking Sylvan.
I know Sylvan.
So you hear him saying, "You idiots, surround the targets." And Dark Elder is going at you with not advantage, Gruthkol.
Go ahead. Nope.
All right. And this guy is going to move. Burp. This guy is going to move. Burp underneath the rear reflection, and this one's going to go burp. All right.
Can he go there? There's like a
Wait a
massive
minute.
flower pot
Yep.
thing.
He can
Okay.
stand on flower pots and stuff.
I'm gonna offset Rio for the moment.
All right.
Ruining the verge.
So this is 3 single Darkling attacks at advantage. So first one
Yeah.
will hit. Unfortunately, this does 2d6. So this is its hit, which is then another d4 plus
Oh, it's a crit.
the 2d6 doubled, which is 4d6.
Yeah.
They stab pretty. Oh Jesus, that damage roll.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
God damn it.
All right, so I have to make a DC 15 con save.
Yep.
I've got plus, so I make it.
All right, so that goes. Yeah, when these little dudes have advantage, they're beastly. All right, and the next one.
It's okay. 2 more guys.
2 more. So here it comes. 17.
Hits.
All right. And rolling pretty well for damage. That's 15
Only
damage.
15 more.
Okay, another con save, DC 10.
Wait, are you down?
No. That's what? 7 plus 8? No, I'm still up.
Okay. And
About to go down though.
one
Hold on,
last
making con save. Made it.
All right,
that
last
hits as
attack is a
well.
17.
I'm gonna go
Alright.
down.
5. Do I need to roll?
Yeah,
those?
I'm down. Don't worry, don't bother. I'm down.
So they all pokey. And that will do it for their turn. Ziliana.
All right, I'm gonna shift down here. Attack that one. Got 2 attacks.
All right.
I'm gonna do 1 bite. I growl a grizzly growl.
18 will hit it. Wait, that's the big one. I think 18 still hits. So yeah, 18 hits it. They're not
All right,
heavily armored.
that's 6
All right.
points. And then I'll do bite again. Oh, actually, timeout. I gotta do claws. I'm sorry.
Timeout, Druid. First timeout for your team.
First time out being a bear.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's fine. I
8 will not hit, unfortunately.
will,
Why do I see like 3 bites?
because 1 was the damage, and I hit it. You know, like if you look at the dice. Okay. It's all right.
Hmm?
I'm gonna move out of wild shape and healing word growth call.
All right.
At second level.
Can you drop wild shape as a? Is it just
Oh,
a free action?
fuck. That's a great. It's been a while. I cannot. So I'm gonna stay. It's a bonus action, so that for my healing, I'm gonna stay as a. I'm gonna drop wild shape.
Okay. So wild shape goes down.
Yeah, I'll take that off. So. Okay.
All right, Katia, I do believe it is your turn.
I do believe Kadia's freaking out. All right. First I will.
That way.
Yes. Where's that coward? Ah, Rhea, not you, but I will inspire you. Be the sun of light that guides us in the darkness of fiends.
Right,
Not
the reflection with
sympathetic.
its unearthly black and blue eyes just blinks down at you.
Yep.
It returns her attention to the fiend.
Coward! Fight us with swords! And then I'll stab this one.
Notice Balthier is not armed with a sword.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm calling it coward.
Literally unarmed, as you would say. All right. And you're making an attack.
It's coming.
14 on a normal one, I think hits. Yep, just hits.
You're also at advantage. Oh no, Bruce slows down.
All right.
I'm already down.
So
Thanks for bringing up that painful
Sorry.
subject.
you stab in, doing
Good
a
thing to remind.
fair amount of damage into it as it kind of squirms around, almost like trying to get a cat into a carrier to go to the vet or something. Does not like that.
It's very
Oh,
specific.
you're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
That was my turn.
All right.
Here's my stab machine.
Ruth call.
Alright, I'm back.
Woo!
Excellent.
So I got a turn, right?
That's the beginning of your turn. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, time out. Don't you have an endowmentable thing where you go to 1 hit point?
Oh, you're right, I do.
You don't have to use it.
Yeah. It's a choice to use it, and we can't.
Right,
recall
but-
it, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
I knew I would roll a 20 on my death save. So
Sure,
I just
yeah.
didn't-
So it's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I
It's
missed
just one of those
I
tactical
think this party has rolled like 30% of their death saves have been 20s so far.
Yeah, we have definitely rolled more 20s on death saves in this campaign in the past 10 episodes than I think we did in the entirety of the previous one.
Oh yeah.
In
Yeah.
10
Okay,
episodes.
It's because we have no clerics.
alright, I'm just gonna try and thin the herd a bit. So I'm going to... Well, I'm standing up
Take the
first,
sit down.
of course.
There you go.
Yep,
Um,
stand up.
I'm going to Great Weapon Master this one here.
All right. At advantage.
There we go, that's another crit. That'll be not 10, so it'll be 19, 29. It's not 10 plus 10.
It is very much dead as you come. You see Katia stab in. It sort of squirms around and turns to look at her, and you just come in and you can feel its skull just bury into its rib cage and then crush down, and then it all mushes out into like it is like plastered along the ground. It went from like height of a halfling to paper thin.
Yep, you're dead.
Great.
All right.
And then I'm gonna turn and do the same to this guy down here.
All right.
They do the same.
19,
19 will hit.
23 damage.
All right, and this one has already had a meaty bit taken out of it, and that one is just smashed in the face. Out of commission, not quite as horrific as the other one.
Okay, just checking for some bonus actions, but I don't.
When you get a crit, don't you have a free attack?
That was
Yeah,
it, right?
I know I do have I have another attack. Yeah, it's
you're
capped at
you're
2.
level 4, right?
Yeah, it's capped at 2. I'm only level 4. That is my turn.
All right, Doran, you are up as you see a giant splat. Katie, the front of you is just like blood.
That's my rage.
Based on positioning, can I see some part of the fire up atop?
I will say, yeah, you can see at least evidence of fire and smoke going on up there.
Oh, evidence. Well then, let's make it more proof. So, what I'm going to do is walk around until I can absolutely see
Yeah,
the fire.
You can,
like-
yeah, you can see the tops of the flames because they're on like the downslope of the roof a bit.
Perfect. Then I will use the cantrip prestidigitation. I believe that allows me to snuff out some flames. So let me do that and make sure it's there. I can light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. So
Say this
I would
is
assume I could
small
part of
campfire-ish, yeah.
like one square of it or whatever you want to do.
I'll say
I'll
you
take all of it
reduce
if you want to
back
say that's
yeah.
good.
I'll just say you reduce it down because it hasn't,
Excellent, it's gone.
It hasn't spread yet.
Shh. Yeah, excellent. Then I better, and now that took 2 points of movement, so I better just do a cursory look to make sure. And although I can now see the other side, I can't do anything about it. But, when I look at Rio, I'm like, you haven't even gone out there. Why do you look so badly? And I'm done.
All right. Speaking of which, Ria, you are up. So Balthier is 11 squares up. You are 5 squares up at the moment.
11. Okay. I am gonna pull out my crossbow and I'm gonna take a shot at him.
All right.
Only a 16.
As it flies out, he just sort of sees the bolt coming and smiles, and his smile has some like weird otherworldly effect, and you can just see it like it goes towards his head and he just smiles and it just pushes past. Almost as if his charisma is added to his AC. And I'm struggling to find a way that that actually makes sense.
Have him catch it so it can explode in his face.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
So unfortunately misses.
Alright, I don't think I have anything else I can do. I actually cannot. But
Movement.
I will use my movement to go up another 30 feet.
Excellent. So you are at 11 now. Squares up.
Yes.
All right. And as you fly up, you can tell his attention turns.
Wait, hold on just a second. No, I don't do that. I do not do that. Abort mission. I don't do that. Because my reflection would disappear.
Oh.
is there a range?
I forgot. Yeah,
That's fair.
there's
That's fair.
range.
Well,
Oh.
so technically in 5e though, if you're flying up vertically, it's still the same.
Oh, does it not care about height at all?
So it does.
It does, but I guess it's whatever's larger, the height or the distance. So if you flew up another 30 feet, you would be, yeah. But it is non-Euclidean, right? So if you're
I don't have to do the Pythagorean theorem.
if you're 6 squares away and 6 squares up, you're the same distance as if you were just on the ground here, right? But then as soon as you
Right.
break that 1-to-1 ratio, you're gone, which you would be doing.
Well, 11 squares is 55 feet. So if
Oh,
you flew
actually,
to
then I could
11
go-
squares.
I could go 11 squares then, because I can be. She has to be within 60 feet of me.
Yeah, so you could go up to that.
Okay, so I will go. That is as high as I can go.
And so you're a little below, but just even. All right. And as he sees this angelic creature flying up after having shot there, his hand just wreaths in flame, and he shoots a flame out at you. As he says, "The skies of Vesula are no place for angels," and fires it off. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit me.
All right.
Pew, pew, pew.
So 8 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then with the other hand, coming again with the fire ray.
Yeah.
23.
This is probably going to take me down,
And
which is bad on so many levels.
11
Oh.
points of fire
That's going to be a
damage.
lot of damage.
All right. And you are unconscious and falling.
Great. Yeah.
So I don't know, does that instantly resolve, or does that resolve on your turn? I think it resolves on your turn, right? So you can't technically move on
It's
But it's forced movement.
Forced movement. I've
So-
always done it as an immediate thing, and I also once did the math, and it's ridiculous how far you fall in 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So
This might actually instantly kill me.
No,
You will. So you're currently what? How many feet up?
it's only 5d6.
Okay.
No, because she flew up to 55 feet,
She
right?
she flew up to 11 squares, right?
Yeah, so it's only
So
55
feet.
feet. Yeah. I mean, I don't think
On average,
five
it's not
5d6
gonna be
can't
close.
5d6 can't roll 32.
Okay, so it does not instantly kill.
Does the reflection still exist if she goes down?
That's an interesting question, actually.
Because then there's no falling damage.
Or until you fall unconscious. So no, you don't actually fall. Your reflection.
Okay, so I don't actually fall. I just wink out of
Even better.
existence.
All right, but you do fall prone and are unconscious now.
So
Yeah,
I said,
in there.
"Why do you look so bad?" And then you fall unconscious.
All right.
Doran, your cutting wit really hurts.
And
what have I done?
Balthier will.
I'm a bard. I used mocking cuttery, whatever it's called.
Cuttery.
Balthier is just taking off, flying up now into the night sky, out and away. It is the Darkling's turn. Darkling duck. All right. These two dude bros are going to make their dagger attacks at you, Gruthkol.
As you do. As you do.
17.
Another 17. Bang on 17. I'm unconscious. Don't worry about damage.
All right. And this one will step over your body and go towards Kadia. And will make a dagger attack against you, Kadia. Not at advantage, so 10. Do you want to use your indomitable whatever it is to not go down?
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll do it. I'll save Kadia.
Alright. Well, it missed on Kadia anyway. Ziliana, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna run over to Gruthkol. Second level cure wounds.
Thank you. Wow, that's...
Woo! What in the world?
Jesus Christ.
Wowzers.
Ooh.
18 points of healing, and actually, I think I would step here and do that. I'm looking at that. Okay. And it's kind of like you fell down, but you're kind of like getting up again, and I kind of like not mechanically pick you up, but I'm like helping you pick you up. So on your turn, I'm kind of like doing that. And that is my turn.
Alright, Kadia, I do believe it is your turn.
I will ruin your reputation, you fucking asshole! She's bad at insults. Okay.
I'd like you to look at that little gnome thing in front of you when you say that.
I'm just screaming.
The gnome just looks hurt and offended and hurt.
But I'm gonna stab this one.
Alright.
Have advantage.
At
You
advantage.
do have advantage. 10 will not hit it. Natural 20 will definitely hit it. Very nice, very nice.
Oh my god. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Alright. You stab in on what you think should be a lethal thing, and you kind of like tear open the clothes, but you see, oddly enough, there's already a wound there that looked like it's healed over, and there's just like a weird cylinder through his body in which you perfectly stabbed through, so you don't actually connect with too much, and you just sort of cut him a little bit on the way out. But it would have otherwise been a lethal hit.
Alright. And then I
He's
will
like, oh
say
yeah, I had that part of my body removed earlier.
What was that laugh?
I will say to it, you holy gray hood wearing shorty.
Jesus,
I'm really
But
bad.
Vicious Mockery is
it's an
an
action.
action, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not a bonus action. What did I read?
the wrong
Oh, I
thing.
Something incorrect.
okay. I read Magic Stone for some reason.
All right.
I can't Magic Stone to ignore that, but I'll still say that to it because it's gray and hooded.
Gruthkol.
Okay. Grithcole gonna do a great weapon master smashy smashy. 13.
13 will
Hopping
not
on that.
hit, unfortunately. Just misses.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have bless anymore either, right?
No, I do not have bless. I'll remove that.
Because any bless would have done
I will end my turn.
that. Alright, Doran, you are up. As you see, the fire is growing and spreading on that rooftop now.
I will do my best to start putting it out with prestidigitation.
Alright, it does decrease some.
Okay, I will continue efforts next round, and that is all. That is all.
Alright, Ria, you are up. One failure. Alright. Balthier is continuing to fly away and
Kadia.
is now out of sight.
Kadia, behind you.
Darklings are
we need help.
going to stab in at you, Kadia. And you'll have half cover for the second one as it'll be stabbing around. 8 does
what
not.
does that do?
It gives you +2 to your AC. So you have +2 to AC on this one, doesn't matter. So they both stab at you, both miss. Alright, Ziliana, you are up.
Balthier's out of sight.
Yeah, he's basically has just taken off into the night sky over the city.
Like over 300 feet.
Moved from, how far away are you now? I don't know if over 300 feet. He can move 60 feet around. So he would be at about 200 feet away from you right now. And would require a perception check to see if you can actually still see him against the night sky. Wouldn't
Okay.
be your action, but if you want to try to see him to
Right.
target him 300 feet
I'm
away.
just trying to figure out if it's worth it to earthbind him to the ground.
Value.
But it doesn't incapacitate him. That's the problem. It just brings him to the ground. Nope. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go over here and attack that one.
All right.
Do I have advantage there? Given that she's kind of in a doorway?
I'll say you do.
All right.
It's turned facing and attacking her, so you're kind of
All right. Well, actually, I
parrying
wanted
it
to-
from both sides.
Okay, in that case, I will do produce flame on that thing.
So
Don't miss.
Produce flame will be that's the
Don't miss.
16 still hits, but produce flame's a ranged attack, so it would be at disadvantage. And you
Okay.
don't get advantage. You don't get any benefits from flanking, so it would be at disadvantage. But 16 still hits its armor class. So,
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Takes 8 points of damage as you spread your damage between these two like a warm coddling blanket. All right.
Yeah, I forgot about the advantage part of ranged. That's fine. That's fucking fine. That is my turn.
Back to you, Kadia. I do believe. It is your
Durand
turn.
has called my attention behind me, so I will healing word Ria at second level. Eventually. My ones. Holy shit.
All right. Well, 5 more points of healing.
What is up with these ones? And I'll stab the other creature.
Do it to it. 8 will not hit, unfortunately.
Oh wait,
You
hold
have
on, one
advantage.
second. One
You do
second.
have advantage, though.
I do. I just need to click it. I don't know why I'm not. Oh my
One
god!
will not hit
Seriously.
either. As you kind of fumble, almost dropping your sword, stabbing it into the door frame, taking a chunk out of this sort of antique
door.
Nope, they're gonna kill me.
All right, Karuthko, you are up.
So okay, I'm just gonna club this one regularly and hope that it's a kill. 21.
hits for sure.
14 points.
14 is more than enough.
Perfect.
Smacking that into the flower bed as it sort
Now-
of knocks down all the flowers.
I'm gonna turn and smack this one in the head. 14.
14 just hits.
Perfect. 14 points of damage. Three
And
14s in a row. Something's going on.
that will
Three
do
ones in a
that,
row.
as that one is
14s
knocked
in a
out,
row.
and we are out of rounds unless anyone has anything else. Fire still rages up on the roof.
Can I use Druidcraft to do what Doran's been doing?
Yep, you guys can sort of make your way so you can see it, and you are able to contain it before too long. There is some minor damage up there, but it's not like major structural damage or anything. It's just shingles have burned, and there's this sort of black area on two sides of the roof. As you all catch your breath from your momentary encounter, as your newfound enemy flies out into Vesular.
And I will step out onto the street and say, "You hear me? I will ruin your reputation. You are going down. You have made an enemy out of me. I'm a far
Rhea is just lying on the floor
I
in the
run out-
hallway listening to this.
I run over and I tackle her. And I'm like, I tackle her to the ground, like kind of like pin her to the ground, and I'm like, you need to fucking breathe. Chill out.
Karuthko, it's a dog pile.
In-
Go.
Out.
Body slam.
In the normally chill Zilyana is being aggressively chill.
What does that mean?
Rhea
Breathe.
continues to lie on the floor in the hallway.
Your grandmother sort of comes out. What is all this mess? Everything's broken in here. She looks down at you, Rhea. Did you fall through the ceiling?
No, your new friend decided that your glass dome could use a little bit of redecorating, some rearranging, you might say.
Oh, I thought he was an agent, not a decorator. I don't like it. I think it'll be terribly drafty in the winter.
Oh my god.
Rhea just puts
This
an arm
family.
over her eyes.
This family.
Liliana, I'm okay.
Yes.
Can I get up now?
Are you done?
Yeah.
That pause was not inspiring.
No. I can't lie to you. No, I'm not done. I'm mad. I'm beyond mad. What's beyond mad? Give me a word.
Rage.
Rage.
Yeah.
Red, hot, flaming rage is coursing through my veins. I am on fire. The house is on fire. House is on fire.
No, it's fine.
No,
We
it
got
is not on fire anymore. Kadia, you must learn to control
Did
yourself.
somebody say the house is on fire? Jarvis!
Yes.
Jarvis, put the house out.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Mom.
I'm really done. I'm really done now.
No,
I'm done.
I'm still sitting on her. Like,
Okay.
I think we're in this mess. Now, we went along with doing Ossip. We could have let you just slap him or whatever. We're in this with you. But I need you to be a little more level-headed right now. Because we're in this together. And we have made an enemy together.
I will ruin his reputation.
Kadia,
I will.
right now, we're trying to stay. There's other extra planar things going on. I'm gonna die in like 12 days if I don't pay a man 400 gold.
Grandma,
What is it, darling?
can I have 500 gold?
What are you gonna do with 500 gold?
saved Zilliana's life, who has saved you and Jarvis and Grandpa and the house from burning down.
I did do that, ma'am.
And she's done a lot of other stuff for me. I kind of owe her.
Make a persuasion roll. There's a lot of repairs here. Oh.
Can't use it.
Yeah, I'll let you use it, yes.
Is it a 6 or an 8?
It's a reroll. DM inspiration is disadvantage.
Okay, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Unfortunately, a DC of 15. Which is pretty low for convincing a relative to give gold. But there are a lot of repairs, it does seem. Jarvis, maybe we should get the house fixed and we can go to the summer home while they do it.
See what I have to deal with? Zilliana, please. Can I get up now?
Here's the thing. No, because I don't want to let you up yet. You've gotten me into a lot of trouble today, and quite frankly, I can control you right here. So we're just gonna sit here, and you're gonna continue to breathe. Remember, we talked about like the winter breeze goes in, the summer breeze goes out. You kind of have this cycle. Remember what we talked about, like those like different exercises and things like that.
Yeah, but like, my life is falling apart, and I can't handle it. Summer and winter breathing is not helping.
Yeah, but you know what? My life's kind of falling apart right now too. And right now, this feels really good to push you into the ground.
Yana, that's mean.
I know, but right now, I kind of feel like being petty. So, okay?
All right, I'll just let you sit here, but I'm gonna ruin his reputation. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, he does not care what you do or tell to people. His reputation probably precedes him already as a man that is able to get people certain things for a certain price, that price being whatever the contract is. He does not care what you tell the people. If he cared, he would not burn down your house and have his, goblin people come and try and stab up your face.
Actually, I disagree.
You disagree? Okay, fair enough.
If he didn't care, he wouldn't burn down the house. It's exactly what he's trying to establish, is that he's somebody who's not to be trifled with. His reputation is actually what likely was his motivation to burn down the house.
He's not getting any more work from the Empire. That is my new goal.
I don't think
Katie,
this is work from the Empire.
If indeed you're able to make the cost of his action against us too great for him to bear, what you must avoid is making it so personal that he doesn't care how costly revenge becomes.
So we should go
Because
kill
you're
Dima.
only... That is the exact opposite of what I was... First of all, cold-blooded murder is never correct. Ever. Regardless of madness. Now, could we get Dima help, or maybe institutionalized? Possibly. But killing, generally, it's what's known as a blood feud, especially if there's family involved. He's targeted your family, you've targeted his family.
Ooh,
this won't go away because
got
of reputation anymore.
I got
You've got to move away from the personal and just make it costly.
How do we make this less
Smash the
personal?
bone
Let's kill his
child.
sister.
Right. That's exactly what just happened.
Okay, I think we need to go and speak to somebody higher up about this. If we
Rhea
let
is
you up,
still lying
Kadia, are
on the
you going
floor.
to make any regrettable mistakes?
Yeah, Rhea, I think, is dead still.
Well, Rhea maybe learn a valuable lesson about charging into battle headlong. We are a unit, Rhea. You and me, we go in together, we defend each other. If you go in all willy-nilly, you get stabbed in face multiple times, then I get stabbed in face multiple times, and that is
Yes.
the worst part.
Oh,
If
I
you
did
die,
see you.
I
I
die.
did see you trip. Did you trip or
I
did
know.
you actually
I'm sorry.
collapse?
That was a mistake. And she's still like she's literally just lying flat on her back with an arm, like one arm over her eyes. That was a miscalculation on my part.
It's okay.
Are you okay?
I have many wounds in my body. I'm
I
in great
also have
agony.
many wounds in my body.
I drew craft a light breeze to kind of cool Katia down, and I'm like, "Are we gonna be okay?"
You and me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're great. I have to. He's got to go.
Okay, but we need to do this together and not be impulsively. Can you promise me that?
Okay, but like that's
Oh, no,
so
no,
vague.
no, there's-
I need
there's
like
no-
None of this butt shit.
There's no buts, sweetie. There's none.
But
Stop.
But
Stop.
I don't
what about butt?
exactly know. I've always just been able to do whatever I want. What do you mean?
Listen, I used to be you. I used to do whatever I wanted, and it got me into a lot of trouble. And frankly, we're in a lot of trouble right now, and you're spiraling our actions even bigger.
But he's bad, and we're
yeah,
good.
I know, and we're gonna take care of it. But I need you to be part of a team. You need ensemble. You're not a soloist right now. Ensembles are stronger if they support each other,
All right.
correct?
If we can come up with a band name, I can get on board.
Okay, I can't promise that right now.
I'm
But we'll do
retiring
it.
from Oris Academy. Good luck to everybody.
So, I
I
give
could
her.
like maybe do a tambourine at the most.
See? Perfect. This is good spirit. I like this.
That's
Yes.
Who play
sarcasm.
a
You
wind
do not like it.
instrument.
So, it
I-
is evening time.
Yeah.
Jarvis has brought out the batch of tea that has recently finished, as he had started another pot of tea not too long
A
ago.
short rest of this.
If you would like to have a short rest tea, that would be suitable.
I let Katie
God,
up.
what
Woo!
the fuck?
Look at those dice.
Damn. So it wanted to be a 14 roll bad.
Yeah, I know.
How come there was no 3D
Uh,
dice? Did you disable those?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't see.
I didn't see any. They don't count.
That tracks.
Wait, let's see. Can we go for 3?
No.
Alright, it's dead.
All right. I let Katie up after giving her a friendly kiss on the forehead, being like, "We're with you, but you need to be with us."
Like, I thought that,
No,
Him
hey,
threat-
I'm not.
okay,
Hey,
okay.
I love the sound of your voice almost all the time, but right now,
I need more specifics.
What do you need specifics about, Katia?
I don't want to go against the group. How am I doing this?
What? Why have you got mustache all of a sudden?
I'm covering my mouth because I'm not speaking.
But you're still speaking.
No, I'm not.
Katie, just because we can't see your mouth move doesn't mean
You
you're
know
not
what?
speaking.
I am. We
Ventriloquism 101 training.
Okay. Let us go and talk to somebody, perhaps in Oris Academy. Let us go.
Rhea mentioned some paladins that she knew. Or
I don't know anybody.
Knew of.
Vasular isn't really my city, but my mother is known in certain circles.
yeah, don't you we have some favors we could cash in.
We could talk. We could just go and talk to commanding officer and say, "Hey, we need to talk to Paladin. Do you have any recommendations of somebody we could talk to that would be able to help us with a fiend-based problem?"
Yes, the evidence is now actually physically on the roof, so we should
Yes.
be able to convince them the impending need of at least a posting.
Oh, did the things we killed leave anything behind? Like, goo, dust, or body-wise?
Goo?
Make
Did we
a
leave any
invest-
goo?
An
I'm looking for goo.
investigation roll.
I will.
I got a petri dish. I'm ready.
8.
The only remnants that are left behind are their tiny little cloaks. There's
Okay,
no
I will
weapons,
gather
no,
up their tiny
no
cloaks.
bodies or anything.
I will gather up the cloaks.
Okay, you have 4 tiny cloaks.
My future children will be beautifully dressed cultists.
Dressing
So-
like the Von Trapp children.
All right.
Anyway.
We go to Oria's Academy.
All right, making your way across now evening, and all the way back towards the other side of the city, towards Aureus itself.
It's on the north end.
All is relatively quiet.
Oh, no, west.
Yeah, it's kind of like west end.
I see now.
Yeah, you were basically up here, and so you've gone over here now.
Would we have walked kind of? I guess maybe not near Modstein's.
You would be way nearer to Modstein's, but you'd probably take the Harbor Road to there and go in. You'd be within 2 blocks of Modstein's.
And would like to find our commanding officer.
All right. As you go through, looking for Lieutenant Menthelson.
Dan.
Good old Mendelson.
Dan Methelson.
Who is your current CO. You go through, since it is evening, there's not sort of people in their offices and stuff. You can go to his quarters if you would like. All right, you knock on the door of his quarters, and he does sort of get up, open the door, kind of straightens his tunic, looks you both over.
Sorry to disturb at a late hour. It is sort of urgent. We have been recently attacked by fiends within the city, of a demonic nature, and we are hoping that perhaps you have a recommendation of a paladin that we could talk to discuss getting some help with this matter, or some information.
I can do this.
Just stand there
Just
expectantly.
looking at each other.
Dismissed.
Okay, we leave.
Just sort of stands in the doorway and watches you.
We walk backwards the whole way.
Wait.
Lieutenant
That was the
Menthelson
help?
is a man of few words.
What happened?
So, watch.
He's going to find us a paladin. He will get in contact with us.
Now?
Any paladin we find will probably not see us at this time of night. We'll have to talk to them tomorrow.
Well, the situation may require immediate posting of some protection for the house and the citizens therein. I don't think you had enough time to really explain the situation to your superior officer.
I did not look like he was ready for bed. Perhaps Rhea would like to have this conversation. To be honest with you, his lack of words scares me as somebody who speaks many words.
I know this about you. I guess I will return to the lion's mouth.
Griff was hiding behind Doran.
Yes.
We were perhaps not entirely. We didn't cover the entire situation. We do have some concerns that the fiends may target a pair of civilians. The Kieferin family, their house was already targeted once. We managed to contain the issue. However, a second strike against it could cause casualties.
restation patrol on duty under my authority.
Thank you, sir.
What?
I mean, I know what this means, right?
There's on-duty patrols of the city,
Okay.
which can be tasked to specific things if they.
And would I know who I would need to take that to?
Yeah, there are. The way the patrols work is they go out and they patrol the city and they come back and then like they're kind of like on call. There's no like city guard in Vesular, as Aureus kind of serves that and uses it as its training, and so that's sort of like the detail that you never want to get is like city patrol.
Yeah, you're gonna get airman first class. This is gonna be a nightmare.
So.
Oh,
Yeah, you basically it's sort of what everyone has to go through and what you basically what you get punished with if you're insubordinate or something. You get like 1 month city patrol, which you basically have to respond to every little grievance anyone has or anything.
Okay, then I will give him a smart salute, and I will go and carry that information down to the command desk, the front desk. I ring the little bell.
You talk to the officer on duty there and make
you ring the
them
big
aware-
bell. There's an emergency.
The air raid siren. Everyone comes out. The ships mobilize, deploy into the harbor, and no, they retask some of the patrol on duty to the location of your description, and off they go.
There we go.
Good. Cadia, your family at least has some official protection. So if any action were to be taken against them, the entire empire might come to bear on whomever takes that action. So they will likely tread a little more carefully. Unless, of course, you've made them so angry they just only see red.
I've made the guard angry.
I see that you need a drink. Why don't you go find one?
I'm really stressed out right now, and I don't know what I am supposed to do, and I'm not supposed to do. I don't want to make you guys mad, but I have a certain path in my mind, and I'd really like to follow it.
What is the path?
Ruin reputation.
I need a drink.
Okay, how about you do not follow that path at all, and you wait for the recommendations and insight of the Paladin tomorrow.
But that's a whole 24 hours away.
It's
Okay,
not. That's
so-
not how
Not
time works.
24 hours, but it seems like 24 hours. That's too long. What
So
about the thing in the square?
Just to be clear, you want to ruin his reputation at night when everybody is asleep and nobody's around to
Okay.
hear.
Really? There's not that many people asleep. Let's be honest. All of you don't stay out and party, I get it. But a lot of people do.
I would do anything to be asleep right now.
So what you're telling me is you're going to
You could
go
go for a
to
nap.
all of your very impressionable, hopeful, and ambitious friends in your academy, and you're going to say, hey, you cannot go and see this guy. He's making deals with devils and gives, unnatural, supernatural ways for you to surpass your usual abilities if you go and make deal with him.
I will tell them the truth of his true self. He is
So-
a nasty little demon, and him and his sister can go to hell.
Oh, question.
Actually, they
It's
would
the
like that.
abyss.
They
It's
can-
likely the abyss. It's never gonna. See,
Is that a question for me?
From Ziliana's knowledge of Sierra Harmony Hall, would many of the students be so ambitious and driven that making a deal would be something that would be very attractive to them?
There are students.
Does that you know what I mean?
They're
how,
actors.
there
Yes,
are-
yes, they would.
There are a fair number of them that are talented enough that they don't use, that they don't like. They basically don't need like supernatural help to like augment what their natural talents and abilities are. But the lower 50% of them are likely just barely hanging on, succeeding, and it is very every little bit is very attractive of help, or like, oh, you know what, you just sign with this person and then all of your problems go away.
Okay.
So it's not, yeah.
Katie, so do you remember how I started at Sierra Harmony Hall and I didn't do well and I kind of cheated a little bit, or a lot?
What?
I'm an okay painter, but I'm not good enough to be there.
I wouldn't say that.
No, let's be honest. It's fine. It's fine.
I am being honest.
I'm much better at gardening than I am at painting. Okay? So, if you go around telling people about this guy, you're going to drive people to him because they're going to see him as an easy in to be successful.
You don't say you make deals with him and he gives you superpowers. That's not what you say.
They're going to read between the lines, though.
How do you get...
He's an agent.
He's a devil.
It doesn't matter to
He's
some people.
probably a demon.
Demon, devil, same thing.
You know, the
They are-
Yugoloth is not often brought up, but as a lower fiend, they are also possibly
I don't know
involved.
what that is.
Look, anyway, you should be patient. You should follow protocol, and you should
Protocol?
trust in the
So-
abilities of your party and of the others that are willing to help. Okay?
So, we're going to do this test, right? I'm going to put a beer in front of you, and I'm going to go away, but say, listen,
that's not-
you can have this beer when I come back, and I'll be back in 5 minutes, and you shouldn't touch it to test your impulse. And if you can wait 5 minutes to drink that beer till I come back, then maybe we'll take next steps. Or something like that. I've heard people do things like that to
Wait,
children.
we're doing this now?
No.
As you're
People
all
are giving beer to children.
as you're all standing out in the street, you do notice that one by one, the street lamps, which are all illuminated by sort of this everlasting flame spell, there is a group of 3 people, and one by one, starting sort of way off in the distance, you see that this group is going through extinguishing the lamp and then relighting it with natural flame, and then going to the next one and doing the same thing. As you're having this discussion, you see that slowly all of the arcane lights in the city are being extinguished and relit as conventional lanterns.
This is abnormal.
Do the people seem to be doing this in an official capacity?
Yes.
Is it normal?
I wanna approach them. Hello, can I ask why the lights are being replaced?
Well, we're under orders, effective as of tonight. Limitations on arcane spells in the city.
What are the limitations, if you know offhand?
I don't just know the lights go out and get some lantern oil and lit up. You know, the way we used to do it 15 years ago.
Do you know where we could find out about these limitations?
There's supposedly some sort of announcement. Might have missed it already, though. Something about, magic's dangerous. Lights are magic. Lights are dangerous.
Can we ask under whose authority? Is this a council decision, or is this a specific noble? Is somebody from the capital involved?
Our
Where's this-
orders come from the council, but it's been all up in the news. You haven't heard the criers talking about celebrities saying the magic is not...
Well,
not
celebrity
something-
gossip is one thing. I can't believe it's driving policy.
Well,
You know what they say about celebrities driving policy.
Yes, that's dumb.
Yeah. Um, well, we get our orders from the council, city public works, that Gerund here is well, he's from the academy. He's doing the snuffing.
Okay.
Sorry. I think there's some announcement in the square was scheduled for tonight, but I don't go there. It's too crowded. That's why I work the night shift.
We should go to the square.
Enjoy your light thing.
Great.
And she just kind of like winces and then turns around.
Thanks.
I wanted to avoid that square so badly tonight.
I'm actually not in the mood for the square either, but we have to hear what's going on.
We do.
We go to the square.
Yay square, nay square.
Yay, square.
Yay square. Circle takes the square. All right. As you head into the square, it is packed with people, and you do see that the lights are just continuously going out everywhere and being replaced. It does make the city substantially darker at night, as conventional flames not nearly as bright as that. And the square is packed. You can tell that you're arriving kind of late, although there does appear to be a little bit of a hubbub around things. And as you're just making your way to the edge of the crowd, it seems like something is already beginning. As you can just, when you get in sort of earshot of things, you hear those same sort of angelic strains of music back behind everything, and this time sort of as if you've missed kind of the beginning of a performance there. As you kind of push in towards the center of the square, you do notice that on one of the balconies up sort of above, overlooking the square itself, you see that there's a tall, very regal looking female figure dressed in this shimmering silver gown, which glows very brilliantly, almost like moonlight, and it's particularly punctuated in that the lights magically in the city have gone out, and she just kind of rests her hands lightly on the balcony railing as she patiently surveys over the crowd here. Looking up, you can see her face is completely concealed behind this gray chiffon veil, and the music plays as you had heard before in the first performance, but as you get almost accustomed to hearing it sound, the first melodious strains sound kind of like the same song in Celestial to you, but for all of you, that sound begins to kind of merge into your ears in common and starts to become much less melodic and more of a speech, of an oration, of somebody speaking to you, but all sort of just conveyed through this music. It's a very surreal experience. And you hear...
This is surreal.
Yeah, you hear her begin to say, "You are enough, my friends. My kin, all of us here together, we are enough. And from that contentment, let there be a joyous shelter to which you may always retreat. Feel that confident light inside you, speaking truth to all you are in this moment. Let that light warm and bloom the fields of your prosperity. And without that light, the darkness comes. You are enough. You do not need to strive.
but find contentment. You are enough, my friends. And as her words echo through the square, everyone's sort of just listening very, very intently, but you can tell people aren't like enraptured and charmed as they were before, as this is some sort of oration. And as they do, you see, in a stark contrast to this shimmering silver light she's putting off, starting up in the various sort of alleys and entryways, there's this red and orange glow that begins flickering and filling the alleys and streets that seems like it's slowly making its way in towards the square. And you see a procession of people emerging. All of them are carrying bright torches that are held up high. And they're all dressed fairly similarly in kind of darkish brown. It's not like they're all wearing exactly the same thing, but they all are dressed similarly. And they begin to file into the square and encircle it in this halo of these sort of points of torchlight. And you can hear this sort of humming murmur, a deep, low bass note underneath all of this. And it's setting an anticipatory tone to something, like there's going to be some sort of musical effect on top of all of this. And as they move, walking in step with each other, you wait, and nervously they all sort of come to a stop. And at their center, who now moves in towards the center of the square, you see a figure dressed in similar kind of dark robes, but wearing this big bear fur cloak with the head of a bear over the top of it. You see Trelmarn Kesh. And in one hand he's carrying a torch, in the other hand he's carrying
there goes Katia.
Yeah, a large clay urn. And he gets up and hops up on the edge of the fountain and begins to sort of walk around in a circle on the edge of the fountain. And at this point, the song and sort of message kind of continue, but none of the attention is on there. And he begins to pour the contents of the urn into the fountain itself. And once it seems that the viscous liquid flowing from this is empty, he kind of just tosses it to the side and the urn shatters. And then he drops his torch down to the surface of the water, and as if the surface of the water was coated with oil, he just ignites the whole thing, and there's just a wreath of fire that now fills the fountain there. And as it kind of backlights him, silhouetting his figure against it, he finishes on the side of the fountain facing up towards the figure there, and like a voice slowly layering in like a chorus of many people, but all coming from a single person. You can hear him begin to sing and start echoing back Breeze's words almost mockingly. And I need you all to open a web browser for me, please.
Nope.
And
I can do that.
or actually, you can probably watch and listen in Discord, and I will link this in chat as well. It's a song, but I can't do it on stream because it is a copyrighted song, but I feel it is particularly evocative. So Trelmarn begins to sing here, and I'm just waiting for a little delay for the stream here, and then if you cue it up, we can all start together. And just tell me when you're all ready, and stream, you can cue it up as well. Again, I apologize, I can't play this directly on the stream, but this is our workaround. So tell me when you are ready. Good.
Ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. so the people around the square begin to sort of join in, clapping and stomping along with it. You can tell that Trellbarn is singing directly up at Breeze in all of this, who has kind of assumed a little bit of a defensive posture and has taken several steps back. And it seems that all of his followers just slowly begin to join in as the chorus comes again. And as sort of the song comes to a conclusion, you sort of turn and there's this kind of like eerie silence as he stands somewhat defiantly up and then turns, kind of addressing the crowd together. And you hear him call out to everyone. That is a voice of danger. That is a voice that wants you to be weak. But you as a people are strong. Don't fall for whatever this is. They mean to take away your opportunity. Take away your magic, which all of you have. You've been warned. Change is on the rise. That is where we will end for tonight.
Kitty is crying. Silent tears. Crying.
I didn't know she was capable of those types of tears.
Yeah, I thought she was like one of those scream criers.
Hey,
Thinks
don't
it's
make fun of my
quiet, but
real life cry, Josh.
It's not.
I have some concerns.
So, good session, everyone. Well done. Consequences to actions. Consequences to inactions. Consequences. Lots of good stuff.
We're not called the consequences.
No, you're right.
But maybe we should be.
Cool. Well, thank you all. It was a very fun session. I had a blast. Anytime we get to go ruin someone's family house, it's just chef's kiss. Yes. So you've now found the inspiration for the campaign at session 10. Cool. Well, thank you again to Kevin MacLeod for all of the music that we were able to share publicly. We had Minima, Magic Forest, The Other Side of the Door, Oppressive Gloom, and Send for the Horses. There was one other one too. Where was it? Thunder Dreams. Again. Thank you to Roll20 for having us as part of their Spotlight program. Follow us on Twitch and Twitter. And if you want to see back episodes, check out our website at rollitslant.com or find us on YouTube at Random String of Characters. Or you can just search for Roll It Slant.
We'll bring it up.
It'll bring it up for you if you want to catch up. We're only 10 episodes in, level 4 characters, and I would be remiss if I didn't remind everyone that on Thursday night we have Timor's campaign continuing, in which we are about to show down with a coven of hags. And for sort of the thrilling end come hell or high water of whatever that hag hunting plot arc is, many may live, many may die. Certainly things will happen.
You had to go there.
Yeah, I had to see it. Cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to you being there. Thank you all for watching. Does anyone have anything else?
I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Job well done. Cool. Well, until next time.
Ruin your reputation.
Ruin your reputation!